Wahpeton Huskies football is on the air. Tonight's I3G Sports Network broadcast is brought to you by Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Country Financial Agent Casey Formanet, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Ripper Sports Store, Hike Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Nodak Insurance Agent Carson Zarek, Optimum Rehab, Ottertail Power Company, OSPTI, Quality Toyota, Ready, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm Agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Superior Builders, Titan Machinery, and Twin Town Villa. Now here's KBMW's Robert Wanick.
Welcome back. The fall sports season is here. We are T-minus 30 minutes till kickoff. Friday Night Lights is back, and we got a new field here at NDSCS, home of the Wahpeton Huskies. $1 million of turf, 1 billion pellets, and a lot of hard work put into the fundraising and just all the efforts to get this together. The marketing team, Reggie Jackson, the folks at Wahpeton High who started the effort as well. And we're going to give you a look at the field here. It's going to be a bit windy tonight as well, so bear with me there. We are on the concourse at the top of the bleachers. We just get a lot closer to the field for you folks. It is Wahpeton and Jamestown tonight kicking off the season. And let's take a look at this field here at Frank Vertin. Look at that. We got the BAC in the background of the south end zone. We got Gail Miller Softball Complex up on the top left of your screen on KBMW News Live YouTube, and Frank Vertin right in the middle with brand new turf. Taking another look here at the field. A little bit of a side view. As you can see, the bleachers there empty. They're sure to fill up tonight for the first night of the high school football season for both of these teams. And taking a peek here at the end zone, it is donned Wildcats on both sides. I know I've heard some qualms. Why is there not a Huskies end zone? I don't have that answer for you folks, but boy is it sure gorgeous. Wildcats in red with white outline, black turf surrounding it in the end zone on both sides tonight. Logos for Minn Kota Ag Products and Sanford on the turf. You're listening to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmer since 1986. Yes, they're going on 40 years in business, folks. That's something to be proud of. We got one more photo of the turf here to show you. It is a side view of the field. You can see Willie the Wildcat at the 50. Wildcats in the south end zone and NDSCS in the north end zone here. Never could read a compass very well, but I think that's correct. And that is the new field surface at Frank Vertin. It is beautiful, and we're ready to tear it up tonight. No more mud bowls. Actually rained here when I got here tonight. Couldn't get down and get the starting lineups right away because a big front came in and doused us. They pulled everybody off the field. And in years past, that would turn into Bobby Boucher and the Mud Dogs turning those white jerseys black. But with turf, you just let it dry for a few minutes and you're ready to rock. So here's a look at the field. We're running 2 camera angles tonight on the YouTube page. Get over to KBMW News Live. We'll be swapping between each side of the 50 when the Huskies get into enemy territory, hopefully early and often tonight, because we have a new Red Zone sponsor. It is the Red E Red Zone. Check it out. Wahpeton's own Madison Nelson Gira, marketing lead there, got me these graphics, and they are your air seed experts, the Performance Ag Pros at Red E. They will be our Red Zone sponsor whenever a team enters the Red Zone tonight. Don't let missing parts slow you down next seeding season. Get what you need fast. Air seeder and planter parts online at ready-ag.com. So let's get into an interview with head coach Wade Gilbertson, who's got a lot of turnover in the roster this year. We'll talk about the seniors after we get into his interview, but they lose Trey Mauk, they lose Bjorn Kubla, that's the QB Kubla, the running back Mauk. Taking a look at their numbers last year, Mauk ran the ball 219 times, nearly 1,800 yards, 22 touchdowns in just 11 games. You do the math, that's 2 per game. He had 388 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns in the state quarterfinal at Valley City. Wahpeton's first playoff win in over a decade as they finished 6-5. He also set school records. Tied Ryan Smith with 388 in a game and 6 tutties, and he had over 100 tackles at his linebacker spot. So hard to replace one of the best players to ever grace a high school football field here in Wahpeton. And Bjorn Kubla, one of the best quarterbacks ever to call the signals here for the Huskies. 61% completion last year, nearly 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns to just 5 picks. The kid was an absolute magician of execution out there. They'll also lose talented wide receiver Jackson DeVries, who returned an 87-yard kickoff to the house at Valley City in the state quarters. He also set a Wahpeton single-game record for receiving yards with 197 at West Fargo Horace, and he will be sorely missed as well. But they do return a stable of playmakers, and we'll talk about that right now in our pregame interview with head coach Wade Gilbertson. You're listening to KBMW, watching on KBMW News Live. It's Friday Night Lights from Frank Vertin Field. So there's a couple things I wanted to pick your brain about going into this year.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you right away, you're going to return your two star linemen in Luke Anderson and Landon Ralph. Can you talk about those two and maybe what they're going to be like this year, what you've seen out of them in the lead up to the season? And then after that, we'll talk about who's going to have to step up around them. But, just first off, what are your thoughts on your two hogs?
Luke and Lando, they come as advertised, two returning All-State guys. Obviously, they know our offense. They know our defense, and their leadership skills are where they need to be. One thing about the two of them is they work well together, and they even compete against each other. Now, the bad news is that Landon is going to be out for a couple weeks. Landon tweaked his knee, and he's been to the doctor. He's been to rehab. And he's going to try to get back as soon as he can. But we're going to have to take our time with him because he's out, I guess, I would say, for an extended period of time. And we just don't know when he's going to be out or when he's going to be back.
Sure. So with that being said, we don't really know what to expect from the outside looking in at the rest of the line. Who are you counting on to kind of take that leap forward?
Well, we've got those two returning starters, that come back, but we also have Hunter Belke as a returning starter that comes back at left guard. So on the left-hand side of our line, we're going to have Luke and Hunter Belke. We're going to be really, really solid over there. And then going down the line at center, we're going to have Nolan Castee. He's a sophomore. At right guard, we're going to have Elijah Roberson. He's a sophomore. And then at right tackle, we're going to have Isaac Anderson, Luke's little brother, who's also a sophomore. So we go senior, and then three sophomores with very, very little Friday night experience. But we've always had, I think, the ability to coach up kids to step on the field on a Friday night and give us something and get mileage out of them, even at a young age. Our offensive line coach, Hunter McCall, does a really good job. Our defensive line coach, Pat Goulon, does a really good job of getting these kids ready to go. And from what I've seen in the number of practices that we've had since early August, these kids are fired up to play football, and they have gotten better every single day. So we are going to need to get a lot of production and mileage out of those kids, but we also don't want to put a tremendous amount of pressure on them either. And we don't want to be the type of coaches that create an obstacle for those kids to go over. We want to be a support system for those kids as they learn to play competitively on a Friday night.
So we talk about the offense as a whole, Wade, and you're going to lose Bjorn Kubala, all-state talent at quarterback. He had some big-time dimes last year. You're going to lose one of the greatest running backs to play North Dakota high school football in Trey Mauk. And so kind of what does that leave scheme-wise for what you're looking at, trying to roll out? What's going to be the same as far as the Huskies attack, and what might be different with the new players you have in the key spots?
Yeah, it's a good question because we lost a lot of touchdown production. We lost a lot of yardage production. And so our offense is going to go through some changes. It's going to go and it's going to evolve over the course of the season. We also will not have Jack Gilbertson at quarterback. He was our incumbent quarterback coming into this season. We won't have him for a few weeks. So our offense has gone through a few changes. You might see a little bit more quarterback run. And I say that tongue-in-cheek. It's probably going to be a lot more quarterback run with Trey King starting at quarterback for us. And so those are some of the tweaks that we've made. Now, those are some of the differences. You'll see the similarities is you'll see us throwing short passes all over the field and trying to take advantage of what the defense is giving us. It's one thing that we always allowed Bjorn to do in the last couple of seasons is to read read the defense, see where the cushion is at, see where the open grass is at, and let's throw to that open grass. Even if we've got a run play called, you have the ability to switch that play. For Trayton King, first time he's ever played quarterback in his life, there have been some growing pains. There absolutely have. But he has come a long way since day one. When we first started working with him at quarterback in early June, boy, it's a heck of a lot different now going into tomorrow night's game. So he's looking pretty good. He's a hard runner. He knows how to make the reads. We don't want to put too much on his plate. Because playing quarterback, man, you got to be a student of the game. You got to know what everybody's doing. You got to know all the play calls, all the motions. You know how it is. And so we don't want to put too much on his plate. But those are some of the similarities that you'll see out of our offense, is our quarterback being able to change the play at the line of scrimmage and go ahead and chuck the football whenever he needs to. We also have Braden Steffens returning that receiver, and we've got to get the ball to him. He's got to get his touches. It's going to be somewhat difficult sometimes to get him the ball with the changes that our offense is making, but we kind of have to force our quarterback's hand to throw it to number 10 because he can be a game changer, as we all saw last year.
And when we look at the backfield, you'll have Peterson back, correct?
Correct.
So you'll have Peterson back. Kind of tell me who else might be in the fold. And also, obviously, Trey could turn a short run into lightning in a bottle and kind of just make his own path out there. This year, are we going to be kind of looking for some more steady production, maybe a little bit more north-south rushing, and really putting an emphasis on getting the yards where they are and maybe not worrying so much about dancing around and busting it out? Is that kind of going to be the MO, and what does the backfield look like?
Yeah, it's a great question, and that is what the backfield looks like. You got Michael Peterson coming back. He's a really, really hard runner. He's more of a north and south guy. We are going to try to stretch the defense a little bit and get outside every once in a while, but he is definitely more of a north-south guy. Runs extremely, extremely hard. He doesn't have quite the explosiveness that Trey had. So you're probably going to see a few more reads out of our offense. We're gonna leave people unblocked at times, and we're going to read them and try to block them with our eyes, try to block them with the football. And so a few more smoke and mirrors, I guess I would say, on offense to try to confuse the defense versus just a throw it or hand it to Trey Malk.
Right.
So now we're going to have to kind of play magician with the football on offense a little bit to confuse the defense. But yeah, I mean, when we give it to Michael Peterson or to Trey King and they make a read, it's definitely going to be more north-south. Now, we definitely want to win the explosive play battle. That's for sure. We want to rip off 20-yard runs, 25-yard runs, 30-yard passes, you bet. But we're not going to be as reliant on that stuff this year.
So the last question I had for you, and I'll kind of keep it light on defense. We'll see how you guys come out. But, you know, when Wahpeton football is at its best, it's very creative on offense. And when you're able to score more points than the other team, you know, you guys win the battle. So I want to ask about the other guys who are going to be on the wide receiving core. I know last year you had a couple supporting players in there. You'll eventually get Jack back. He's a good gadget player, good hands. And then I believe you had Barth. And you also had Bonches in there. So who's in the fold this year? Are we going to see some of those guys back, and how will they be utilized?
Yeah, Caden Barth and Aiden Bonches are a year older. They're a year stronger and a year smarter. And so we're looking for them to make a impact offensively. The other receivers that have stepped up is wide receiver / tight end, a senior, Isaiah Brushert. He hasn't gotten a lot of offensive snap over the years, but this year he has received almost every rep at tight end / Y is what we call it, receiver for us. And he's been a pleasant surprise. He went from somebody as a sophomore who I wasn't sure if he was going to play offense or wasn't sure he was going to play receiver. Thought we might try to make him a fullback or a lineman, and he has come a very long way. He's really worked hard on his game to give us production offensively. And the other receiver that has stepped in is a sophomore, Cooper Kulmo, has come in, and it appears to me like he's grown physically exponentially over the course of the last year. And of course he's matured. I mean, other than growing physically, expects to step on the football field and he expects to do things the right way. He's got a good set of hands. He's got good speed. He's kind of shifty. He's long. He's got some long arms and long legs. He's about 6 foot, and I like him at our H-back position. So you might see him carry the football. You might see us throw a little 5-yard hitch to him and see if we can't pick up a first down that way. You might see us take the top off of the defense going to him, possibly. So it's been kind of nice to have him come into the fold as a receiver as well.
So we'll have Isaiah Brushard, who was a tackling machine last year, might be catching some passes for you. We'll have Michael Peterson with a opportunity here to open in a feature back role. And we got a stable of skill players as wide receiver, which has kind of been just the running theme for the last several years. Look at Arnstein, Ulick, Kappas, Steffens. Just, the well is not dry. And it's a new season. It's a long season. And I'm looking forward to see where it goes for you guys this year.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That was Huskies head coach Wade Gilbertson, a guy who's not short on words, not short on motivation and energy. Heck, I'd run through a brick wall for him. I'm Robert Wanick here on the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmer since 1986. We're going to take our first ad break here, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to go over the starting lineup. We'll talk about the seniors, and we'll talk about star-studded wide receiver Braden Steffens, who will attempt to stretch the field and use this turf, which typically makes the fast players even faster. You're listening to AM 1450 KBMW and watching Huskies football over on KBMW News Live YouTube, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time-consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous, hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Welcome back to KBMW. I'm Robert Wanick. It's the season opener for two teams tonight. Your hometown Wahpeton Huskies and Jamestown, the Blue Jays, flying into Wahpeton at this brand new Frank Vertin Field. One more look at the turf surface here. Just got done. It is going to be home to the NDSCS Wildcats, a perennial national championship contender in D3 JUCO, and home to your Huskies. And boy, they did a nice job on this. Shout out to the sponsors, Minn Kota Ag and Sanford. They're plastered on the field. This will also be home to NDSCS Women's Soccer, their first year as a program this year. And you're getting your first look at it right now on the broadcast, KBMW News Live YouTube. We're running cameras on both sides of the field, 1080 HD. So if you're listening on the radio, pop open the YouTube app on your smart TV, your cell phone, and get over there and watch this game. Hopefully we got some hard-hitting highlights. So let's take a look at, see what they're going to do here. I thought they were doing the national anthem. It's going to be a little cheer from the cheer team, the Huskies school song. So let's take a look at the seniors on Wahpeton. We got Braden Steffens, a 6'1" wide receiver and D-back. He's 175 pounds. Massive year for Steffens last year. 53 catches, 623 yards, 7 touchdowns. He had that Odell Beckham Jr.-esque catch in the end zone, one of the best catches you'll ever see on a high school football field. Sports Center top 10. He also had the game-winning touchdown versus Valley City at home in a one-score game. So big year for Steffens, all-state selection alongside Kubla and Mauk, Trayton Mauk, the Powerade Class 2A Athlete of the Year who ran for nearly 1,800 yards. They'll have to find a way to replace some of that production, obviously not all of it. this season. And taking a look at the other seniors on the lineup, Evan Doctor, he will be a player, coach, manager role this year. He's 5'10", 165. He's had an excellent career as a linebacker here in Wahpeton. Isaiah Brushert, a tackle machine. If you're looking at total tackles combined, he's going to be near the top of Class 2A. He is 6 foot, 175, and he will also play some tight end this year, or Y, as the Huskies call it. Michael Peterson with a chance to claim the feature back role. The senior's 5'9" and a healthy 180 back there. Wears number 28. Again, Brushert is 19, Doctor 16, Steffens 10. We got Hunter Belke, kid who's going to be asked to step up on the line, as you heard about the injury to All-State O-lineman Landon Ralph, who also had 2.5 sacks last year on the defensive side. Belke wears 57. He plays O-line and linebacker, 5'9", 180, stocky, strong kid. Luke Anderson, another All-Stater on the line, number 62, 6'3", 245, big boy, wrestles heavyweight for Ryan Brandt and the BW Storm program. And then Landon Ralph, who's going to be out several weeks. He tweaked his knee. Doesn't sound like he's going to miss the season, need surgery or anything like that, so just wishing the best for him as he comes back. Landon Ralph, a multi-sport talent in track, basketball, and football. He wears number 70. He's 6'2", and he is 245, matching Luke Anderson on the line. So let's take a look at your CHI St. Francis injury report. Jack Gilbertson, the incumbent quarterback, who had a massive freshman year last year where he had 4 interceptions on defense and missed half the season with a shoulder injury. He's out tonight. Head coach Wade Gilbertson didn't tell me too much about it, and maybe that's by design. You don't exactly want the defenses around the state to know what ailment your quarterback's dealing with, a guy who's going to be shouldering a heavy load for this offense all year. But Jack out there warming up today. He was throwing some dimes with his right arm, so that looked like it was strong as ever, popping around with his 3- and 5-step drops. So hopefully Jack's going to be back sooner rather than later, but they will be without their starting quarterback tonight and without their All-State lineman Landon Ralph on your CHI St. Francis injury report. We're going to take one more quick break here on the Red River Grain pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk Smith Motors keys to the game for two teams who are going to try to find their footing and their new identity and emerge as contenders after they open the season looking outside in the North Dakota Associated Press preseason poll. I'm Robert Wanek. We're getting ready for Huskies football. They'll take on Jamestown at 6:30 right here on KBMW News Live YouTube, part of the I3G Sports Network.
A remodel, addition, or new construction resembles a puzzle. You look at the edges, the colors, and what you envision as a finished work of art. Showplace Cabinetry, available at Dakota Cabinetry, can help you worry about one last piece of the puzzle. Do you have a picture in mind? Dakota Cabinetry can make your next project complete by offering countertops, custom tile backsplashes, custom tile showers, and flooring too. Stop by our showroom located at 898 8th Avenue South in Wahpeton, or call 642-2100 to check out Showplace Cabinetry.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
AM 1450, KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton, and FM 94.3, K232 FH Breckenridge, the voice of the valley.
Welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmer since 1986. I'm your play-by-play man tonight, Robert Wanek Jr., right here on KBMW. Let's get into your Smith Motors. Keys to the game, small-town friendly. Big town deals over at Smith Motors, your local Chevy GM dealer. Keys to the game for Wahpeton after they graduate a prolific trio of offensive players. Last year's KBMW Fall Sports Outstanding Athletes, we gave them all the award. They shared it 3 ways. Senior receiver Jackson DeBreeze, senior quarterback Kubala, and senior award-winning across-the-board Powerade Athlete of the Year, EDC Senior Athlete of the Year, KBMW Athlete of the Year, Trayton Mauk at running back. Keys to the game tonight for Wahpeton with this new-look offense, I think, is to get the passing game going. You got Trayton King having to fill the shoes or the cleats of Jack Gilbertson, the starting quarterback who's out with injury, and you got to be able to pass to win. And when you're Wahpeton, It's a team that does a lot of trickery, a lot of gadget stuff, a pro-style offense, which for me is extremely fun. It's not just kind of on the Minnesota side of the river. You'll see, we're going to run it down your throat 40 times, try to get 300 yards rushing and win that way. Here at Frank Vertin, Wahpeton likes to really spread it out and show teams some looks that they probably don't see from anyone else on their schedule. So I think getting Trayton King acclimated to that Wahpeton style of hey, we're going to air it out a little bit and catch teams by surprise, that's going to be big. And maybe for him, that's some screen plays, maybe some slants across the middle, get that completion percentage up, and also create some turnovers, because Wahpeton gives up a lot of size to a lot of these bigger schools on defense. So if you can get them to cough the ball up and kind of flip the field position, that could be huge. Those are your Smith Motors keys to the game, and we're going to pause for the national anthem. Smith Motors, small town friendly, big town deals, kickoff in 5 minutes.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Valley, and kickoff has arrived. After your Smith Motors keys to the game, let's get into your Farmers Union Oil of the Southern Valley starting lineups. So we're going to take a look right away at the visiting Jamestown Blue Jays. I'm not sure if they're on offense or defense. Let's try to run through it all here. Offensive starters, Cody Barrett, who is an employee of I3G Media, our company here. He actually helped us film the Carrington Sports Show, and a very respectful, nice, helpful young man who also is yoked. So he's been hitting the weight room. Cody Barrett is a senior, wearing number 59. He'll play left tackle. At left guard, a junior, number 58, Rylan Doctor. At center, a junior, number 54, Jackson Morris. At right guard, a senior, number 52, Jet Wharton. At right tackle, a junior, number 50, Eli Olson. At tight end, a junior, number 85, Tucker Allen. Another tight end, a senior, number 11, Jaeger Romich. At wide receiver, a senior, number 13, Brennan Kaler. A wide receiver, Seffi Saylor, he is a senior, and he wears number 15. Liam Frey is a senior running back, wears number 7. And the QB is a junior, number 12, Brady Nenow. So they are going to start off on offense, so we'll get you the defense later. In the Huskies offense, we'll go like this. Trey King under center. He's wearing number 13, picking up the start as a sophomore quarterback. Michael Peterson will head the backfield. Number 28, he's a senior. Braden Steffens, part of a four-headed monster at wide receiver, a senior wearing number 10. He is joined on the outside by Cooper Cuomo, a sophomore, number 4. Aiden Bonches, a junior, number 6. Isaiah Brushert, listed as a wideout, more of a tight end, playing senior wearing number 19. Luke Anderson and his brother Isaac Anderson. Luke a senior, Isaac a sophomore. They will play tackle. Hunter Belke, one of the returning starters on the line, a senior, expected to take a big step forward, wearing number 57, playing guard. At another guard spot, we have Elijah Roberson, a sophomore, number 73, and snapping the football tonight is a sophomore, number 58, Nolan Casti, a name you may remember from hockey along with Isaiah Brushert. That does it for the Red River Grain pregame show, your Farmers Union Oil of the Southern Valley starting lineups, providing superior quality products while generating a positive return for their patrons. So the Husky defense tonight will roll like this. Luke Anderson at nose guard, Isaac Anderson at D-tackle, Belke at another D-tackle, Brushert at a linebacker. He's joined by three other linebackers, Rylan Flack, a junior who had a tremendous Legion baseball season, Trayton King, a sophomore, Michael Peterson, a linebacker. He was a defensive back last year, a safety actually, who was kind of a ball hawk. He'll move into the linebacker core. Filling his safety spot is Caden Barth, the junior, Steffens, the senior, and your two cornerbacks are Austin Fenske and the young Cooper Kumo, a sophomore. Wahpeton is coached by Wade Gilbertson, assisted by Cale Peterson, Patrick Goulon, Evan McCall, Hunter McCall, Casey Materi, Jordan Ralph, Ryan Smith, and Brett Gilbertson. In the Blue Jays are coached by Bill Nelson, assisted by Phil Krober, Tyler Schrenk, Sean Jenner, Marty Hochholter, Tyler Spanton, Levi Hirschkorn, Steve Justice, Brady Birch, Alex Breitbach, Paul Vandell, Joey Carlblum, and Caleb Powell. So the entire town of Jamestown is on the coaching staff tonight. One more quick break. We'll be back in about 60 seconds with Huskies Kickoff. It is the Friday night opener of the high school football season for Wahpeton and Jamestown at the newly turfed Frank Vertin Field campus of NDSCS.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Ready for kickoff here to open the season. Let's get one more look at our Red Zone sponsor, Red E. They're here for your air seeder solutions. And on their staff, hometown favorite, Madison Nelson Gira. He's done color with me a few times, just an all-around sports nut and a big egg guy if you're listening, Maddie. Red E are your air seeder experts. Browse and order your performance air seeder and planter parts 24/7, rede-ag.com. The right parts right when you need them. All right, we're ready for kickoff here. Peterson will kick off for the Huskies. We've got two cameras, one on each side of the 50 on KBMW News Live YouTube. Quarter one about ready to get underway. Game one, NDHS-AA high school football. Jamestown ranks 7th in the opening preseason poll, receiving votes 2 out of the top 5. Wahpeton not receiving any. Looking to shake it up here in week 1. Peterson ready to go. The other Peterson, Craig Peterson, who's on the officiating crew, not quite ready to go yet. Making sure the wind doesn't blow the ball over, and there he goes, and we're about ready to rock here at Frank Vertin. Couple minutes behind. And the 2025 season is underway as Peterson boots it, fielded at the 18, out to the 25. Sheds a tackle, gang of Huskies, mob. The return man. And on the return, it was Seffi Saylor. Somebody got him up by the helmet, turned his head a little bit, but didn't grab the face mask, so the Huskies don't get a penalty. And they converge right around the 30-yard line, and we do have a flag. I didn't see a face mask on that, but I did see the helmet turn, so that may be the case here, folks. And it is a face mask, so the Huskies get a tough break there. after great kick coverage to start this game. So Jamestown's going to get a boost in field position here right off the bat. Despite Wahpeton playing that kickoff pretty darn good. Peterson with a boot inside the 20. They're going to walk it off, and they're going to get some healthy yardage tacked on here all the way up to the 42. So the 43 is what they'll call it. Snap is off, toss, left side, busting into the background. And here goes the ball carrier. Boy, he switched directions in a hurry there, laid a stiff arm at the end of the play, and that was a nice run by Liam Frey. Liam Fry, excuse me. Cooper Kumo in on the tackle. That play was dead in the water in the backfield, but a nice play by the offensive lineman, or the tight end, Tucker Allen, number 85. Able to pick up a first down there is Jamestown. Man in motion. Little swing pass here. It's a forward pass, incomplete. Could not be hauled in off the hands of Seffi Saylor. So Saylor, the return man, also going to be split out wide here today. Nenau could not hit him, just led him a little bit too far out front on that play. Working out of the gun here is Saylor. Man on his left, fullback out front. They'll toss it to the right side. Peterson misses the tackle in the backfield, a gain of about 8 up the Blue Jays sideline. Near the marker. That was Fry once again. Cooper Kumo in on the tackle. As Jamestown trying to get into that red zone early on. 11:13 to go in the first quarter on your CFI scoreboard. 3rd and 5. Big money down here for the Huskies. Nenau under center. 3 wide, man on an island, scoreboard side. The lefty slings it out short, and they're going to stop him about 2 yards short. Reception made by number 15, Seffi Saylor. A couple Huskies in on the action there, and this is 4-down territory for the Blue Jays. Isaiah Brushert, good bet to lead the team in tackles this year. He's in on that one. 4th and 2 for the Blue Jays. Another gun look, 2 wide. They're going to hand it off, and a little spin move is going to be enough to produce a first down here for the Blue Jays. Liam Fry with a nice second effort. Turns his numbers to the Huskies defense. Rolls right off a tackler to pick up the line. Down to the 32. Blue Jays moving the sticks here. First drive of the ball game. 10:27 to go in the first quarter on your CFI scoreboard. So a heavy diet so far of number 7, Liam Fry, out of the backfield. Quick pass to the tight end. Nice grab. And he's going to be wrapped up for a short gain. Nenau threw an absolute bullet out there. And it's hauled in by number 85, Tucker Allen. Throw almost took his hands off. Wasn't really able to get the gears going. He's wrapped up right away. Looked like the tackle there was made by 73. Again, we're a country mile away from the field here at Frank Vertin, way up top. The stadium seats at the Earl Skip Butte Alumni Stadium. But I believe that tackle was made by number 73, the Huskies, Elijah Roberson. Out of the gun once again. They'll drop back. And a pass to the tight end. It's Allen. He's hit at the sticks. He falls forward, uses his strength, stays on his feet. He's pumped up. Another first down for Jamestown. Let's see where they mark this one. They're going to say he's just short of the line of gain. Official puts his hands out to say about 6 inches, so 3rd and short coming up for the Jays here at the 23-yard line. As we pan out on KBMW News Live YouTube, little motion in the backfield, handoff to you-know-who, it's Fry. He picks up about 5 or 6. And that puts us in the Red E red zone. Jamestown, the first one to enter the coveted territory. Red E, your air seeder experts. Browse and order your performance air seeder and planter parts 24/7. RedE-ag.com. At the 18-yard line, Blue Jays trying to manufacture a touchdown here on the first drive of the game. QB run, and it's blown up in the backfield. Isaiah Brushard came rushing in like a bull. Just got his fingertips on the QB, able to rip him down by the shoulder pads. And that's going to be a sack there. Big loss, too. Looks like about a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14. Huskies needed that in a big way. They've had some success in the pass and in the handoff. The QB run, no bueno. And they'll go back to the tight end, Allen. That one hits him right in the face mask and bounces out of bounds. And Nenow is really putting some mustard on these passes, making it difficult for his tight end to haul in. By the time Tucker Allen turned around, that thing was coming at him like a missile. And suddenly it's 3rd and 14. Big down here for Jamestown. Let's see if they take a shot at the end zone. Nenow in the gun. He'll roll left. He's left-handed. He's going to find a receiver. Double toe tap on the sideline. Not enough for a first down, but it puts him about 12 yards away from pay dirt. An 11-yard completion to number 13, Brennan Kaler, 5'8" senior, checking in at 160 pounds. We have 4th and 3 at the 11-yard line in the Red E red zone. Huskies hoping to bite down on their mouthpiece and get a big stop here and get the ball back deep in their own territory. And it's going to be a false start, I believe. We're going to get a timeout. So the pitch was taken away by the Huskies. Might have been an easy 6. But the Jays get a timeout just before the turnover. And boy, is that lucky timing for the Jays. So we're going to go to timeout here, presented by High Camp Construction. And when we come back, we'll have a big 4th and 3 on the game's opening drive. Blue Jays have been eating up some clock here, and they are on the Huskies 11 in your Red E red zone.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
So the Huskies corralled that pitch, looking like they were headed the other way. Once again, I didn't get the number on the player that time. We'll take a look at halftime, but it didn't matter anyways because the Blue Jays able to get the timeout call just in time, presented by High Camp Construction. Once you know who they are, you won't build any other way. So here we go, 4th and 3. Jays have the ball on the Huskies 11. Time to kennel up for Wahpeton. Out of the shotgun again. Snap is off. Rolling right. Flag. It's going to be a holding call as the Blue Jays get into the end zone for a touchdown, but hold on, folks. Nenow with a nice scamper. But they blow this one dead, and it is a holding call. So the Huskies, they get a break after the Blue Jays get a break on the intercepted pitch play. The Huskies get a touchdown called back here on a holding. So a lot going on this opening drive. Wouldn't have it any other way for the debut edition of Friday Night Lights here on KBMW News Live. That'll back Jamestown up. Outside of the Red E red zone as they'll move them back to, I believe, the 21-yard line here. And time is just churning away in this opening quarter. 8:26 to go. We are scoreless on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, representing auto owners. 4th and Foxhome here. 13 yards to pick up to continue this long drive for the Jays. Huskies secondary talking to each other, trying to get the play call on defense. Snap is off to Nenau, rolls right. We're going to get another holding penalty on the Jays. And that's going to be declined, I believe, by the Huskies as they sniffed that one out after a yard on the swing pass. Big time stand from your Wahpeton Huskies here on the opening drive after they just bled and bled and bled yardage. They're able to put up a wall in the red zone. Head coach Wade Gilbertson, he always knows how to tinker with the offense and get some points. The defense is sometimes the Achilles heel of this Huskies team, but right there, they bent, didn't break. So the Jays turn it over on downs on their first drive. Huskies will take over on their own 21-yard line. Under center, it's Trey King. To his right, it is Matt Peterson. Little swing pass to Peterson right off the bat. He breaks a tackle. He's across the 20 and out to the 25-yard line. Peterson with a nice little burst there. Caught the ball and got uphill real fast on that play. We didn't see a whole lot of that burst out of him last year. More of a bruiser, 3-4 yards downhill, but boy, a little wheel route to Peterson. Looks like he's picked up some speed this season. 2nd and 3, 7-yard pickup from Peterson. They'll hand it off to him. He's got some room on the left side, across the 30, 35, gets a block, 40, out to the 45, nearing midfield, Michael Peterson. Talking about him filling Trayton Mauch's shoes, not a bad start for the senior. A chunk gain. And he gets it out to midfield at the 46-yard line. Able to hit that edge and turn on the burners. Huskies offense looking just fine through 2 plays here tonight. 7:35 to go in the opening quarter on your CFI scoreboard. Fake the handoff to Peterson, run it right with Trayton King. They'll get a nice gain there, about 6 yards. King cradling that football like a baby, just putting his head straight forward, picking up what the defense gives him. Liam Fry on the tackle. That guy's name has been mentioned frequently for Jamestown, handled most of the touches out of the backfield on their opening drive. 2nd and 5 here for the Huskies at the 49-yard line. Shotgun look here. Trey King motions Peterson into the backfield. They'll hand it off to him. He'll cut it back up the middle, and he'll pick up about 3 yards.
Michael Peterson cuts it up on the left side.
So Michael Peterson, good vision so far, reading the angles on this beautiful turf field at Frank Vertin. 3rd and 3 into Jamestown territory here on KBMW News Live. Huskies working exclusively out of the shotgun. Man in motion is Brushert, and we're going to get an illegal motion or a false start here. So that will push Wahpeton back, and neither team executing here on the money downs, 3rd and 4th on their opening drives. It's on the Blue Jays. So big break there for Wahpeton, and that'll move the chains. First and 10 for the Huskies at the 42. Snap is off. King will keep it. He's wrapped up after a short gain. Cody Barrett, the I3G camera operator out in Jamestown, Carrington area. He wraps up Trayton King for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 from the Blue Jays 40. Wahpeton trying to get back to those big plays they had to start the drive. They'll hand it off to Peterson. Nice cut to the right side, and he rumbles forward near the marker, and looks like they're going to give it to him. May have to pull the sticks out for this one. That's a Huskies first down, isn't it? Stand corrected, 3rd and 1. Third and 1, big down coming up for Wahpeton at the 32-yard line of Jamestown. Shotgun formation, Peterson in King's right pocket. They'll pass, and a nice strike there from Trey King. Quick look as he just gets it out of his hand, and it is caught by number 4, Cooper Kumo. So the sophomore with the first reception of the season for the receiving corps here. Peterson with the big swing pass to start this ball game. Cooper Kumo, they're going to expect a lot out of him this year. And that's a Husky first down. And they are at the 30-yard line of the Blue Jays. Snap is off. King drops back. And it's caught once again. Another short yardage look there. Goes right back to Kumo.
Making that tackle for the Blue Jays, number 20,
Aiden Starry on the tackle.
2nd down and 8 for the Huskies.
2nd and 8 for the Huskies at the 28-yard line of Jamestown. Each team putting together an extended drive here to start the ball game. Snap is off to King. He'll hand off to Peterson. Peterson goes straight forward into the pile for a short gain. He'll cut the distance in about half here for a pivotal 3rd down. Braden Steffens, number 10, gets the play from the sideline. The Huskies facing a 3rd and 6 here at the 26-yard line. 3:43 to go in the opening quarter on your CFI scoreboard. Brushard in motion. He'll fill the tight end spot left side. And they fake the handoff. Here goes King. A lot of room to run. Left side. Hit by 2 defenders. Stays on his feet. Falls forward for a Huskies first down. Tough running from Trey King as he's bouncing around out there like a pinball. Everybody thought Peterson had it up the gut. And King goes rolling untouched on the left side. But unfortunately, it's coming back. A holding penalty on Wahpeton is going to negate a very nice play. Play action keeper. Wahpeton's going to move back here. So the same thing that happened to Jamestown, kind of shooting themselves in the foot on their opening drive, is now happening to Wahpeton. 3rd and 16. We'll see if they take a shot downfield here. They're at the 36. Or if they're just going to try to cut down the distance here. 20 seconds on the play clock. Wahpeton taking their sweet time getting it in. They do get the play in. We're down to 10 on the play clock. 3rd and 16 from the Blue Jays 36. King looking downfield. He'll go over the middle. He's got a man. It's Steffens. Wide open spaces on the left side, and the senior strikes first. Trayton King in his first drive at QB finds Braden Steffens on the slant, and Steffens goes untouched into the end zone. 30-plus yards, Huskies 6, Blue Jays 0 on your CFI scoreboard. Nice job by Wahpeton shaking off the penalties and getting back to business there. They shell shock the Jays on the opening drive. 36-yard touchdown for Braden Steffens.
Kicking the point after will be Michael Peterson.
Michael Peterson doing the kickoffs, running the ball, and kicking the PATs. PATs tonight brought to you by Titan Machinery. Snap is off. Hold is down. Peterson's kick, a low liner. No good. So Wahpeton strikes on a 36-yard pass from King to Braden Steffens, and they take the first lead of the season here on KBMW News Live. We'll be back with the ensuing kickoff as Jamestown will look to even the score here at Frank Vertin. 2:58 to go in the first quarter. Long drives from both teams, but the Huskies, the only squad to find pay dirt.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
Welcome back to KBMW. Beautiful pass in motion, right in the hands from Trayton King on 3rd and 16 from the 36. And Braden Steffens did the rest, outran the defense, led the Wahpeton Post 20 Legion squad in stolen bases this summer, did not get caught stealing once, and no one was going to catch him there on the gridiron. 6-0 Huskies with 2:58 to go in the opening quarter. Peterson, after he missed the PAT, is out there for the kickoff. And the ball gets blown over. Mick Kerr did not tell us that there was going to be some wind here tonight. Looked like, 3 to 7 miles an hour on the Egg Central forecast, but we got a little front that came through, dumped some rain on us, and now we're getting some winds. Peterson to kick it away. Kick is off. This one's a little shorter. And a lot of running room on the right side. Steps out of bounds. That one had a house call written all over it. I believe that was Seffi Saylor, excuse me. Saylor breaks off a chunk there on that play following the kickoff. Officials talking about where they're going to mark it, or there may be some laundry down on the field. And he steps out of bounds somewhere near the 40. So not near as long of a return as we thought. Still not too shabby. They'll take over at their own 47. Jamestown with the football, trailing by 6. Another short pass, and it's blown up for a loss. On the tackle there for Wahpeton was number 13, Trayton King. So have yourself a first quarter, Trey King. First touchdown of the season, and a nice tackle for loss there. King, just a physically gifted athlete. We see it on the basketball court. He's also a tremendous baseball player as well. We're getting our first extended look at him tonight. 2nd and 15 after King pushes the wide out into his own sideline. Dropping back once again. Pass play to the left side. This time they have it up the Huskies sideline. That's going to be a decent gain there. Looks like about 7 yards for Jamestown as the wind picks up here again. I apologize for that, folks. So that's into Husky territory at the 48.
Gain of 6, 3rd down and a long 4.
3rd and 4 for Jamestown. Stepping up in the pocket, avoiding pressure and running the football. There goes the Jamestown QB with a massive gain. Brady Nenow says, I'll do it myself. Looked like a surefire sack for the Huskies defense, but Nenow showing that evasiveness early on here, and he busts it. As Jamestown getting close to the ready red zone once again here on KBMW News Live YouTube. All the way down to the Huskies 30. Fresh set of downs here for Jamestown. Nenow out of the gun. Pitch play. Fumbled. A fight for it on the ground. Isaiah Brushert has his paws in there. Who's going to come away with it? Getting down and dirty at the bottom of the pile. Huskies pointing like they have it, and they do! The kennel is shaken here at Frank Vertin. Fumble recovered by Isaiah Brushert. Wade Gilbertson talked about Brushard in the pregame show being a monster on defense, slotting in at tight end. And we talked about it in the Smith Motors Keys to the Game, turning this team over, turning your size disadvantage into a defensive advantage. And Brushard does that there as the pitch was bobbled, and the Huskies have the football at their own 36. Big time play from Wahpeton. Huskies will work from their own 36, 2:21 to go in the opening quarter, 6-0 lead on your CFI scoreboard. Snap is off, it's a King keeper. He's wrangled around the waistline and brought down for a loss. Looks like number 52 in on that tackle, Jet Wharton. 5'8", 205, big kid, number 52 with the tackle for loss. All systems go for Wahpeton so far in this ball game. A 4th down stop inside the red zone, a 36-yard touchdown pass, and now a fumble recovery. 2nd and 11. They've been leaning on that QB keeper for Trayton King. Pass play to the outside, Steffens, he catches it at the 40. Little juke move back to the left side, falls forward to the 43. Coach Gilbertson talked about finding ways to get it into their playmakers' hands, and that's one way to do it. Quick pass to the outside before the defense can jam Steffens. And he's going to pick up almost all the yardage he needs. Wahpeton needs just 2 yards to move those chains. 3rd and 2 for the Huskies. They're going to spread Peterson out here. He'll come back in motion to the backfield. They'll fake the handoff. Here comes King, and he's met in the backfield again. Push backwards. He'll stay on his feet. He'll be knocked over. Jamestown, lucky they didn't get a late hit call there. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Huskies. Huskies have the ball at the 44. It looks like it's going to be a punt situation here. Peterson, he'll be doing all the kicking today. Kickoffs, point afters, and punts. Cale Verke back to return. Huskies trying to run in a late substitution here. 4 on the play clock. Snap is off. Punt is off. Verke's going to call a fair catch with Braden Steffens breathing down his back. And Jamestown will take over near the 25-yard line. 28-yard line. So the Huskies can't sustain their second drive. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter, Wahpeton clinging to a 6-0 lead, courtesy a 36-yard touchdown strike from first-year QB Trey King to Braden Steffens. Likely the final play of the first quarter here. Snap is away to Nenau. Another quick slant play behind the line of scrimmage. This time Jamestown does get the edge, and it'll turn it into about 8 yards. So that's a wrap for the first quarter here. First game of the season, Wahpeton strikes first. 6-0 Huskies on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. We got a good one on our hands, folks. Both of these teams, Wahpeton and Jamestown, trying to prove they belong in the rankings after the pollsters at the North Dakota Associated Press Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association left them both out of their top 5 to begin this season. We'll take a quick break here. I'm Robert Wanek. You're listening to Husky Football. Wahpeton 6, Jamestown 0. Get ready for the second quarter on KBMW News Live YouTube.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Make sure your vehicle is road trip ready and save big at Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Receive up to $40 in rebates on select brake rotors and brake pads. Up to $30 in rebates on select wipers. Up to $20 in rebates on select batteries. And up to $15 in rebates on engine and cabin air filters. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Second quarter about ready to go here. Jamestown trailing by 6 on your CFI scoreboard. Braden Steffens, a 36-yard touchdown reception, courtesy Trey King to start this ball game. So Jamestown takes over at their own 36-yard line. Snap is off, handoff left side, boom! Who else than Isaiah Brushert? Chest to chest. Just stopped the ball carrier right in his tracks, and Isaiah Brushert is putting on the hurt today. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Could feel that one up here at the top of Earl Skip Butte Alumni Stadium. Third and 5, quarterback is Nenow. In the backfield with him, number 7, Liam Fry. Nenow, he rolls left, he'll throw it out of bounds into his own sideline, and Wahpeton holds strong on 3rd down in Blue Jay territory. Luke Anderson giving pursuit there, moves well at 2:45. All-State are doing a very nice job so far in this ball game. Ball at the 32-yard line, and they're going to punt it. Braden Thorlaxon back to punt. Braden Steffens, the lone return man. Punted off, it's a low one. Steffens is going to fair catch it wisely near the 37-yard line. So the Huskies will take over on offense. Another stop by Wahpeton. The defense has been mighty good so far. (6-0) Wahpeton. Less than a minute down in the second quarter on your CFI scoreboard. If you're listening on the radio, I'm running both cameras here, so there may be a couple pauses here and there, but you can watch this whole game on KBMW News Live YouTube. Man in motion. Handoff to Peterson. Right up the middle. He's met right away. Gain of 1. Trying to see the numbers up here. Number 52 on the tackle there. Jet Wharton, he's had a couple nice run stops. Cowboy football also streaming right now on YouTube. They're opening the season in Benson. That game started about 7 minutes ago. Turner Blofis and Breck legend Stephen Erlinson on the call. 2nd and 9, King out of the shotgun. Trips on the near side of your screen. King's going to keep it, and he's upended. Nice ankle tackle again by Wharton. Wharton went low and just wrangled him down. It's going to be a gain of about 1 again. So back-to-back stands there by the run stoppers in the gap for Jamestown. Wharton both times. 20 on the play clock. Huskies quickly back up to the line here. King out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers high, 1 low, tight end, Peterson in the backfield. King takes the snap, he rolls right, looking downfield. He's hitting the backfield, he dumps it off, it's caught by Brushert. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted in traffic. It'll be a short completion, a 4th down, and the Huskies will be forced to punt again. It was a good job there by Trey King avoiding the sack as he shed the arm tackle. Little dump off to his tight end Brushert for Isaiah's first reception of the season in his first game as a tight end. Back to punt will be Peterson. 2 return men back this time for Jamestown. Cale Verke and number 15, Seffi Saylor. Punt is off. Saylor underneath it. He won't fair catch, and he is hit hard. Instantaneously, play made there by number 6, Aiden Bonchez. Good timing there. He didn't arrive early. He arrived right on time. So add special teams to the list. I know there was a missed PAT, but special teams has been good too for Wahpeton as far as the punting has gone off the leg of Michael Peterson, and now with a big stop there by Aiden Bonchez. So Jamestown takes over their own 22-yard line. Stretching the field here, he has a man and he hits him. Nice offensive play there as the pass is completed from Brady Nenow to Seffi Saylor. You know, Nenow started the game throwing the ball way too hard for his receivers to corral. That one had some nice touch on it. He got it to Saylor just before the defensive back closed ground, and he's able to catch it on the sideline. So Jamestown picks up a first down, 13-yard completion, moves the ball up to the 35-yard line. This is a run play. Jamestown's got a lot of yards to work with here. Screenplay, excuse me, but there is a flag on the ground. Isaiah Brushard in on the tackle again. As Brushard will be a nightly threat to approach double-digit tackles. This looks like it'll be a holding on Jamestown. So both teams picking up some costly penalties so far. Under 9 minutes to go in the first half, folks. It is 6-0 Wahpeton on your CFI scoreboard, representing Auto Owners. Trying to do my best Twister impersonation here. Moving all over the place to get these two cameras running. And it's 1st and 18 for Jamestown. Nenow out of the gun, looking to pass. He'll roll right, still rolling. At the 30, and boom, we have a huge collision on the sideline. Nenow wanted all the smoke there. He might have won that battle. Rylan Flack, though, standing his ground. As those two collided like a freight train. Decent gain for Nenow. It looked like more than it was because he moved laterally for most of the yardage, got out of the pocket once it collapsed, and it will be 2nd and 16 for Jamestown. Nenow out of the gun, 2 wide receivers high. It's a handoff, and the Huskies are not fooled. Will Bennett taken down by Hunter Belke. So a TFL for Hunter Belke. As number 57 gets in there, stops the play before it can get going. 8:14 remaining in the first half. Huskies looking for another stand here. As Jamestown has went quietly on 3 drives. 3rd and 20 for the Jays here. See if that Husky secondary can step up in pass coverage. Trips on the near side, snaps in the ground, picked up. They're going to air it up deep downfield. And it's going to be caught in bounds. Nice reception over the shoulder as Nenow throws a dime on the Jamestown sideline. That'll get the Jays fired up. 3rd and 20, make it 1st and 10. Big time play from Nenow as the lefty throws it right in the breadbasket. I believe that was Seffi Saylor on the catch. So into Huskies territory, snap is off. Nenow dancing around in the pocket, lots of running room. He'll take off. He's looking for the marker and he'll get it. And we'll get what looked to be a blindside block there on a Husky. No flag, and Brushard is slow to get up on the Jamestown sideline. Boy, that's not a blindside block. I don't know what is. But Brushard, tough as nails, he gets up. And he's going to head right back to the huddle. But he is limping. And it looks like he gives a thumbs up and he's going to stay in there. So Isaiah Brushert gets up, no complaints, back to lead the linebacking core. Fresh set of downs at the Husky 32. Jamestown trying to knot this game up or take the lead. Handoff. Couple yards there, in on the tackle. Will Bennett got the carry in on the tackle. Number 12, Rylan Flack. Inside the 30 now, 2nd and 8 for Jamestown. So 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 8 for Jamestown. Sun shining on the end zone. Jamestown trying to get in there. Another pass play, and that one overthrown as he's looking for his tight end, Allen. And those two have had some missed connections today. A couple catches for Allen. He's got a drop off the face mask, and that one just airmailed into another area code. That'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Jamestown. Knocking on the door of the red E red zone, but first they got to pick up a 1st down. So Nenow hoping to lead the offense into enemy territory here. Snap is off. Nenow will look to pass again. And that one overthrown and nearly picked off. That one was in the Bermuda Triangle in between 2 receivers. Cooper Kumo lays out, can't pick it off, but it brings up a 4th and 8. And the Huskies have Jamestown right where they want them. Looks like we're going to have an injury here, hopefully just a cramp. Down on the field for the Huskies is number 58, Nolan Castee. Hopefully this is just a calf cramp, folks. We're going to take a quick break on KBMW News Live YouTube. Wahpeton leading Jamestown in the season opener 6-0 midway through the 2nd quarter on KBMW News Live YouTube and AM 1450 on your radio dial.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains number 1 today.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Nolan Castee leaving it out on the field as the Huskies come up with a big 3rd down stop. He's being helped to the sideline as a result by the Wahpeton training staff, able to walk off under his own power. And the Huskies will look to have his back here with a 4th down stop. It is 4th and 8 for Jamestown at the Wahpeton 30. Wahpeton with a 6-0 lead here on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Nenow has found somewhat of a rhythm here with a couple deep strikes at QB. He'll roll to his right. The lefty's looking for a man, and he finds Allen, but it's off his hands. So another turnover, and that time Braden Steffens right in the nameplate. Ball hit Allen's hands. Steffen hit him in the numbers, and it's going to go down as an incompletion, and the Huskies retain possession. Big turnover on downs for the Huskies. We've seen that a couple times tonight. 6:43 to go, 6-0 Wahpeton on your CFI scoreboard. They got a chance to double that up right now. Huskies back on offense, led by first-year quarterback Trey King. Two wide receivers staggered near side. Starting this drive from the 30. Tight end on the right. Handoff to Michael Peterson, nowhere to go, and he can't find the corner. He's driven into the turf right in front of the Blue Jay reserves. Team effort there by Jamestown to converge on Peterson. We saw him get to the outside early in the game, but throughout his career he's been more of a north-south guy, and that time just not quite enough to get on the edge and turn the corner, and Wahpeton loses 2 yards. Out of the shotgun, 4 wide. In motion, Kumo. Keeper here for King. King is tackled from behind before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So Wharton in on the tackle again. Big time playmaker here for this defensive line. Jet Wharton, a 5'8", 205 senior. Been a thorn in the Huskies' side in the run game. Huskies have 11 yards to go here on third down. Let's see what they draw up. Play action, dropping back is King. Going downfield, and he's going to complete it. Once again, Braden Steffens sliding down on the turf, able to keep his eyes on the football and haul it in. Under 6 minutes to go, Wahpeton with a big third down conversion. That moves him into Blue Jay territory. And King has looked really good passing the football tonight. Another Smith Motors key to the game. King with a quick pass to the outside. This time he'll connect again. And Braden Steffens with a quick first step, puts his cleats in the turf and picks up some extra yardage. And if you're new to Husky football, you would not know that these two haven't been playing together before this game. 9-yard catch for Steffens as he continues to pile it on. The Huskies have 2nd and 1 from the 40. Man in motion is Brushert. The tight end slots in at wide receiver. Dropping back is King. Huskies a little too quick there. It'll be a false start. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Huskies 6, Blue Jays 0. Both teams putting together some long drives. The Huskies have turned Jamestown over on downs 3 times already. Ball in the Jamestown 45. Coach Hunter McCall relays the play, and Wahpeton's ready to go. 2nd and 6. Peterson in the backfield on the right side. Brusher at the tight end motions over to the left side. Huskies pause. They're going to switch up the play at the line. 5 on the play clock. They get the snap off, and they have Kumo in the slot. Jamestown forgot about him. He just went upfield about 5 yards, turned around, and said, look what I found. Nice adjustment made at the line. Somebody saw that and pointed it out to the coaching staff. They reeled in a new play. And how about the young quarterback, Trey King? Making decisions on the go. Huskies down to the 33-yard line of Jamestown. King out of the shotgun, play action. He'll take it up the middle. Avoids a tackle. He's got some more. Brought down after a big gain. Tackle made in tandem by number 14, Braden Heminger, and number 9, Jamison Kleinjohn. First down run for Trey King, down to the 22-yard line of Huskies chugging along here as we near the 4-minute mark of the first half. Shotgun formation. Barth and Kumo left side. Steffens all alone up top. They look that way, and they're going to find Brushert, the tight end, underneath. Second catch of the game for Isaiah Brushert, the linebacker, offensive lineman converted tight end. And boy, Wade Gilbertson back to the drawing board, X's and O's master, and he's finding ways to involve these new players in the offense. And Wahpeton moves into the red zone on KBMW News Live. Huskies with the football at the 14, leading 6-0 on your CFI scoreboard. Another play-action keeper. Here comes King, left side. He'll try the corner. He'll go up the middle. He uses some strength to drag a tackler down to the 10-yard line. Powerful run there by Trey King. Seffi Saylor able to stop him before he can get more, but that might move the chains. Another Huskies first down in the red zone. Keep an eye on Braden Steffens here out wide, right side. Candidate for the fade route touchdown. And the Huskies have the football at the 10-yard line. Four wide, backfield empty. Snap is off. King going to go right up the gut. And he's going to be taken down after a short gain. The ball is loose, and Jamestown recovers it. Camera's kind of toggled on me there on their own, but Jamestown comes away with it, and Wahpeton turns it over on their own 10, on Jamestown's 10-yard line. A back-breaking turnover. They go four wide, they give it to King, and they tell him just to punch it down the middle. He coughs it up, and it's recovered by Jamestown. Tough break there for the Huskies. 2:33, and Jamestown will have to go 90 yards here to try to tie this game or take the lead before half. Boy, would that be a momentum swing. Huskies trying to avoid that as the defense lines up in the red zone. They'll throw right away. It looked like it might have been tipped, but it's caught anyways. Looked from up here that Caden Barth might have got his fingers on it, but the ball is caught by Seffi Saylor, and that'll move the chains. So nice chunk gain on the first play with their backs against their own end zone, and Jamestown has some breathing room. They take it out to the 18. Nenau takes the low snap, handoff. Run to the right side, tackle made by Michael Peterson, but about a 5-yard gain by Liam Fry. Fry, who got all he could handle earlier in the game, they're feeding him a bunch of carries and tosses. It's been kind of quiet as Jamestown's turned to the passing game, and we'll see if how many runs they can fit in here the final 2 minutes of the first half. Three wide for Jamestown. Nenau takes the snap. The lefty drops back. He's looking deep. He's going to air it out down the sideline at the 50, and it's broken up. A tremendous play by Cooper Kumo. Welcome to the varsity football field, and that's a clutch play in the final 98 seconds of the first half from Cooper Kumo as he climbed the ladder there to break up that pass at the 50. That could be a game-changing play there on defense from Kumo. $1:38 to go in the first half. Three wide once again as Nenau is getting comfortable throwing it. He'll roll. And he is sacked. Nenau buried in the turf. And that is number 5, Caden Barth. Big-time tackle from Barth, as he read that one like a book, and it forces fourth down, and Wahpeton may get the last laugh here of the first half. Final 90 seconds, 6-0 punt situation, 4th and 12, and the Huskies hold strong. We're going to get a High Camp Construction timeout, and we'll be right back on KBMW News Live. We got an old-fashioned grinder here in the season opener. Wahpeton 6, Jamestown 0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
So Wahpeton gets the football back just like that after a Trey King fumble on a QB keeper at the 10. Wahpeton pins Jamestown down. Big sack by number 5, Caden Barth, playing much bigger than the size he's listed at, 5'11", 154. And the Huskies will take the punt. Braden Steffens back to punt. It's going to be a short one. And it's going to roll and stop on the Jamestown side of the field. So the Huskies will have a minute 20 to work with in the first half, and they'll have about 45 yards to go. For how low scoring this game has been, it's been a war of attrition. Back and forth, both teams fighting, both teams making some early season penalties that have cost them scoring drives. You got the feeling that somebody's just going to have to outlast the other team tonight, make less mistakes to come home with a win in the opener. Minute 20, Huskies back on offense. Out of the shotgun, 3 wide. Handoff Peterson up the middle. He's met quickly, falls forward for 2 yards. Tackle made by number 58, Rylan Doctor. 6 foot 225 junior. Clock keeps ticking, 105. Huskies in the hurry up. And we're going to get a jump here from the Huskies. A couple guys moving there, including Aiden Bonchez, the lone wideout near side of your screen. We'll be joined at halftime, folks, by Wahpeton Activities Director David Woods. We'll talk football. We'll tell you a little bit about what's going on in the first couple of weeks of Wahpeton school, here at Frank Vertin. 2nd and 13, 56 seconds. They wind the clock here. Wahpeton's got the ball at midfield. 6-0 lead for the Huskies. Can't afford a big turnover here in the final minute. We'll see if they play it safe. Snap is off. Little swing pass to Steffens. It's incomplete. Lucky for the Huskies, that pass was forward. And they'll have 3rd and 13. The bad news is for Wahpeton, it stops the clock. It gives Jamestown a chance to touch the rock again. Third and 13 from midfield. And Trey King had completed his first 10 passes to start the ball game. Before that incompletion. King's going to keep it. Look for room on the left side. He has some. Runs into his own man. Still pushing forward. Now he's pushed back by the Blue Jays and thrown down into the ground in part by number 15, Seffi Saylor. So 25 seconds to go in the first half. Jamestown has 2 timeouts left and oddly enough not using them right now. So Jamestown content going to the locker room down 6-0 it looks like. In a game where both teams have driven down the field and turned it over. 36-yard touchdown from Trey King to Steffens is the only points as the clock hits 0 in the first half. Wahpeton leads. 6-0 Huskies over Jamestown here as we hit the half. And both teams leaving it all on the field. I'm Robert Wanek, I3G Sports Network. We'll be back in a couple minutes with the halftime show, joined by Wahpeton Activities Director David Woods from Frank Vertin Field on the campus of NDSCS.
A remodel, addition, or new construction resembles a puzzle. You look at the edges, the colors, and what you envision as a finished work of art. Showplace Cabinetry, available at Dakota Cabinetry, can help you worry about one last piece of the puzzle. Do you have a picture in mind? Dakota Cabinetry can make your next project complete by offering countertops, custom tile backsplashes, custom tile showers, and flooring too. Stop by our showroom located at 898 8th Avenue South in Wahpeton, or call 642-2100 to check out Showplace Cabinetry.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show. I'm Robert Wanick here on the I3G Sports Network. A lot of penalties, a lot of drives ended by the team's own doing, and, a lot of just hard-fought battles in the trenches. A fumble recovery for both teams so far, and the highlight was a 36-yard touchdown pass from Wahpeton quarterback Trey King to Braden Steffens. Trey King completed his first 10 passes of the game in his first varsity start at quarterback. We got a special guest here at 6-0 Huskies, by the way, if you didn't get that from that information. We got a special guest here at halftime. It is Wahpeton Activities Director, Dr. David Woods. Do you like being called doctor? I mean, I'm kind of the only guy here to call you on a regular basis, to be honest.
To be perfectly honest, you are. Usually it's hey David or hey Woods or whatever my wife calls me.
Well, I figure if you go to school that long and work on your craft and your knowledge, you might as well get to use the title. So we're joined by Dr. David Woods here, and we're going to talk a little bit about activities, what's been going on in the first couple weeks of Wahpeton High School. And I wanted to ask you right off the jump here, what has been your favorite part about school being back? Maybe it's something that's your favorite part every year, or just something this year that you've really enjoyed in the ramp-up?
I really enjoy the energy of the kids. You know, when they come back in, they're just raring to go. You know, I get high fives or whatever. At the end of last year, you know, I was ready to, like, reform everything, so I wanted the kids out of there so I could just sit in my office and get things ready for this year. And then after a while, it was like, man, I really miss these kids. And they come in, it's, hey, Woods, you know, I'm obnoxious in the halls, if you don't know by now. And let me hear you howl and everything. And it's just the energy that the kids bring gives me energy, and we just feed off each other. So I just love that portion of it.
So you're a big sports guy, big football guy, bigger basketball guy probably, especially when your daughters are playing. But what do you think about the first half here? You know, I thought it was kind of a sloppy game a little bit, but I really saw a lot of grind out of both teams, and it's like football's back, baby, you know.
It's really exciting to see both teams going at it. You know, they both have the same number, so it's not going to be a numbers game or anything like that. It's just going to be whoever has the most grit. I think Wahpeton has done a wonderful job. They are missing some key players, and I think Trayton King has stepped up. watching Peterson run is just amazing to watch him go downhill. I was making fun of his sister, who's the photographer, and I'm saying, it's okay to smile. And I took a picture of her. It's just, I'm really proud of all of them for really stepping up and rallying around Landon. If Landon Ralph is out, he's on the sideline, but if you look at him, he is just revving everyone up, and it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, and Michael Peterson, a great start to this game. He took that first little wheel route, that swing pass for 7 yards, and then he had a big chunk gain up the sideline. Quieted down a little bit, kind of keying in on him, but boy, seeing that speed that we didn't get a chance to see last year with his limited touches, I think head coach Wade Gilbertson's got to be licking his chops a little bit.
Yeah, and just watching him go, he had to watch Trayton do his thing, and I think he really took good lessons from that, and we have the silent killer, Braden Steffens. He's doing his thing. And Braden is Braden, whether he's on the basketball court or the football field. He's not going to say, he's like a Tim Duncan. He's not going to say much, but if you let your guard down, he's going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, get that kid the ball, and he scores 36-yard touchdown. He had about 4 or 5 receptions in the first half. So, David, the activities director at Wahpeton, and with that obviously comes a ton of logistics and scheduling, and for a guy who can't keep a calendar and is very forgetful like me, would not be my forte, but for you got to have a lot on your plate. What's going on right now? Anything you want to tell us about the schedule of events?
Oh yeah, it's we got football, we have volleyball, and just making sure the cheerleaders are here, and tennis is doing their thing. They won a championship. Shout out to them. They have really stepped up. They won the preseason championship, and I think they just got a victory yesterday. It's just a lot of things. Golf, girls golf is out there, and it's not just me. My coaches do a lot of the legwork, and I'm their servant. I'm just there to make sure that these things can happen and they get what they need, and we keep it going for the greatness of kids.
And remind me, boys tennis or girls tennis kicking off the season here?
Boys tennis is kicking off the season, so it's boys tennis and then girls golf.
And Amanda Lundsetter, a lot of years putting in the legwork for the tennis program, and not always high numbers, no indoor facilities, and taking your lumps. So for them to take home some hardware, that's honestly a really big moment for Wahpeton sports. Yeah. So if you're listening and you don't understand that, these kids have been coming at it and working hard for many years and not seeing much come out of it. And for them to see some come out of it, I think maybe a little bit of that credit and success for some of the past Huskies tennis teams. Shout out to the Cummings family on that for sure.
For sure. And I'm really proud of Amanda. I mean, she has a lot of grit. She has a lot of grind. She does not back down, and she is not afraid to make these kids step up and be a better version of themselves. And I hats off to all my coaches, because I have the best coaching staff. It's really a scary thing to become an activities director, because you really, especially me being so green, you don't know what you're getting into. But with people like Jeff Ralph and Ryan Brandt and Amanda Lundsetter, even Grace Brandt, forgive me who I'm missing, but it's just a tribute. You attest whatever success you have to that coaching staff. It's amazing.
I was talking with Ryan Brandt before the game here, the BW Storm wrestling coach, and one of their top wrestlers, David Erlinson. He'll be taking the football field tonight. Game is underway. We'll get you the score after this interview. Breckenridge at Benson. And I was saying, I don't know what the Erlinsons feed those kids, but, I mean, he looks like a 35-year-old man who hasn't missed a day lifting in 20 years. So David Erlinson is probably putting up some huge numbers against a Benson team who's missing some kids due to suspension, unfortunately. And he'll take the mat for the Breck Wap team. Nice little Cowboy Husky blend there this winter. Another program who they've taken their lumps, and now they're kind of seeing some of the success with their state placers.
And I love it that it's the boys and the girls program that's seeing success. So shout out to Trayton Hout that's doing his thing, and he's kind of taken over and he's really pushed those girls, and they've grown in numbers. So what I hear is I think they're about 11 strong, whereas last year they were 6. And I think that's wonderful to see women going out and wrestling, doing things like that.
And forgive me on the pronunciation if this is wrong, but I know they had 2 girls who did really well last year. They had Aubrey Bozen who did well, and I Claire Lathrop.
Claire Lathrop.
So 2 girls who did well in the EDC, and so that's tremendous to build on that. But no, anytime that we can lift women's sports up is huge, because sometimes they get the short side of the stick, and that's just unfortunately the way that it is. So.
Yeah, not at Wahpeton. We promote our women in Wahpeton.
And the cheerleading crew doing a good job down here.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about the cheer coach as well, if you can.
Grace Brandt is a dynamo. I mean, she will take on any responsibility. She does not back down. I love Grace Brandt because she pushes me as an activities director. She really wants things. She wants to make her program better. Head coach of cheerleading, head coach of speech. I think she's the head coach, but she's a coach in speech, head coach in gymnastics, and she has really lifted those programs up. She has taken over from Hattie Marole, who stepped down last year, and Hattie did a wonderful job. And I really think that's a really good transition, going from Hattie to Grace, and no one misses a step, and we're doing well.
So we got a couple minutes here till the second half. I wanted you to just tell listeners before we close here, we got a little shrine of Wahpeton history that went up in the school, and I'll let you say this in the correct words, but I know that your mindset at this whole time has been like, you can't know where you're going, or you can't know where you are unless you know where you've been. So kind of elaborate on what that means and the steps that you've helped the school take in making that a reality.
So when the class of '85 had a reunion, my wife and I, we showed them around, and they say, we're WAPs, we're WAPs. And as I went around the state, they said that, that's a derogatory term, which is why we had to switch that up. But I felt that there was a disconnect. I felt that there were two factions of classes under the Wahpeton name, and I don't really like to see that, because I'm a culture guy. I think everyone is welcome. I think if you went to Wahpeton High School, you got a quality education, you got a quality experience, and so that's just one more step. We did the Ring of Honor. That's a culture thing, and then we have these artifacts that are just sitting there. Letterman's jackets from 1940. I just got a letter from 1940 of a lady that passed away, and her daughter gave it to me, and I'm like, wow, look at this. This is something that we can look at and we can be proud of. So yeah, it's starting out small. It's a little shrine, and if you have something from 1941 to 1975 and you don't want it in your house, or you found it somewhere, bring it to the school, because I really want our kids to see those things. I want to see where we came from, and I want them to be proud to be from Wahpeton.
So that was Dr. David Woods, and we'll post this video. We're kind of shooting here on our 4K camera. We'll post this to the Facebook page when we get around to it here, hopefully this weekend. David's standing. I'm sitting. Again, he's about 5 times my size, so I'm not sure there's room for both of us here. But nonetheless, always good to hear from you, and you always touch on all the sports, and you always touch on all the activities. And I think that's really good leadership skills in AD, so Wahpeton's lucky to have you, and thank you for joining us on the Halftime Show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So we're going to get back to the game here in a couple minutes. Braden Steffens, a 36-yard touchdown catch off the hand of Trey King, who started off the game 10 for 10 at QB for Wahpeton. 6-0 Huskies. We got a barn burner. Second half coming right up on KBMW News Live YouTube, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
So Wahpeton ready to receive the second half kickoff here, and thank you to everybody tuning in on KBMW News Live YouTube. Somebody angry that we've shown the zoomed out camera angle. Well, I'm trying to call the game too, sir. So that's why we sometimes zoom out, so I don't have to focus on running the camera and I can bring you a clean game call. So Steve Brubachen, we'll try to keep the zoomed in camera angle on just for you. Omar Martinez, Mighty Mouse, thanks for tuning in. He was a big hitter in the secondary. And Chase Wickerin, watching in the garage doing the fantasy draft with one of the all-time greatest Wahpeton passers ever, Blake Schaefer. Second half kick is off, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the Huskies will pick up some free yardage here on the kick out of play. 6-0 as we get the quarter changed on your stream. So we're ready to rock here in the third quarter. Huskies will have the football first. Quiet first half offensively to a certain extent. Both teams able to march down the field. Neither team able to finish drives. Wahpeton with the big hitter on 3rd and 16, a 36-yard TD pass from King to Steffens. I know I've mentioned it about 4 times, but when it's the only points of the game, better let you know. Breckenridge up 35-6 at Benson to open the season. So the Cowboys white hot out of the gates. This is a big game for the Huskies in Jamestown, who are kind of in a transition phase. Don't want to call it rebuilding, as Wade Gilbertson is good at keeping this team competitive year in, year out. But this win would be huge. Talk about a game you circle on the calendar. We might get this one. That is exactly that type of game. Hand off to Peterson right away, and he's swallowed up. Peterson eaten alive by number 58, Ryland Doctor. And it's really dried up for Peterson after a big run on the outside and a nice little wheel route to start the ball game. Yards have been hard to come by for the senior. That'll make it 2nd and 11 for Wahpeton. Handoff again to Peterson. This time he's going to make a man miss before he's met by a host of Blue Jays. Another short gain. And once again, looks like Cassidy is down, grabbing at the back of that calf. Whether he's cramping or it's his knee, I'm not sure, but they're going to tend to him. And we're going to go to break here, see if the Cowboys have tacked on to that 35-6 lead against the Benson Braves. Turner Blofis and Steven Erlinson have that game, so we got one blowout for the local fans on B92.7, your hometown Cowboys, way ahead of Benson. And we got an absolute nail-biter here, 6-0 Huskies. 45 seconds into the second half. We'll pause for injury timeout. I'm Robert Wanick, and you're listening to Husky Football on KBMW News Live YouTube and AM 1450 part of the I3G Sports Network.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Titan Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy a hands-on work experience. Learn from factory-trained service experts and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a Titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Titan Machinery Wahpeton, your local Case IH dealer. Visit titanmachinery.com/careers to learn more.
You know, Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Since they moved into Twin Town Villa, the change has been amazing.
Yeah, they're so relaxed and comfortable now.
And we've got the peace of mind, knowing that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm feeling as the weather gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall into caring comfort.
It's not an easy decision, but at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the season, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
So Casti getting some assistance off the field this time. It looks like they put some compression on that upper calf area, left leg, after his previous injury, but he may be done for the night. So they'll lose Casti, and the Huskies have a 39 from their own 36, trying to stay on the gas pedal with a slim 6-0 lead over Jamestown. 11:06 to go. Quarter number 3. Dropping back is King. Good pass rush there, but it's going to be a false start on the Huskies. Getting into the backfield quickly was number 6, Bennett Gaynor. He might have forced the Huskies to jump there. Nice little halftime interview with Athletic Director, Activities Director David Woods. He always does a nice job highlighting the full range of coaches and activities at Wahpeton. Great recognition for the staff, and he is starting a shrine, so to speak, from the Wahpeton Wops days. So if you have anything from the 1940s on, get a hold of David and have it displayed at Wahpeton High. 3rd and 14 coming up for the Huskies. Drop back for King. Short pass, a little too hot to handle for Braden Steffens. So an incompletion will bring up 4th and 14, and Wahpeton stuck in the mud on the opening drive of the second half. Once again, 6-0 Huskies on your CFI scoreboard. You can watch this game in high definition on KBMW News Live YouTube. And as always, we appreciate you traditional radio listeners on our classic country station, AM 1450. So back to punt are the Huskies. Keep the camera on the line here, see if the Blue Jays can get a push. And they do, partially blocked, and it's going to bounce backwards and take a favorable roll for Jamestown. They will have it at the 40. And oh no, Wahpeton with another player down, and it's going to be number 13, Trayton King. That is not good. Your starting quarterback writhing in pain, and the Huskies are hoping that he can shake it off. Lots of contact on that play, and Trayton King is being tended to by the training staff. So we'll take another break. Casti still seated on the bench on the sideline with that lower leg injury. And now we have King pointing to his right calf. So you can only hope that these are the products of cramps, which so often happens early in the season. But right now, Wahpeton's starting QB, who completed his first 10 passes and has the only touchdown strike of the day, is being tended to by the training staff. We'll be back in just a moment on KBMW News Live YouTube.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Nenow swings it out to Frey. Opening play of the drive is a short pass Frey, not a whole lot of real estate there. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. So both defenses putting on a clinic here in game 1 of the season. A couple red zone stops, couple fumble recoveries, and a lot of pass plays busted up at the line of scrimmage. Jamestown with the football at the 40. Working out of the gun. Quarterback is Nino. Man in motion is the handoff before I can even finish the pre-snap call. He's taking up the right side for a big gain. Man in motion there was number 15, Seffi Saylor. Maybe we will have to get a cameraman, folks. It's quite the multitask trying to read the numbers, call the play, and run the camera. Happy to have the game here for you, folks, though, in high definition. We have another third down here. That's been the theme. Trips on the near side of your screen. Man on an island up top appears to be the tight end, Allen. Short pass, missed tackle, big gain, up the middle, first down. Jaeger Remick caught it, avoided a shoestring tackle. That's all he needed to scamper for a first down. Knocking on the door of the Red E red zone, the Blue Jays trailing by 6 in the third quarter. 9:18 to go, 6-0 Huskies on your CFI scoreboard. Down to the Wahpeton 22-yard line. 3 wide, 2 high, 1 low. Fullback and a running back, and Nenau's going to whip it out to the outside. Pass is high, hit put on for good measure by Cooper Kulmo, and that kid has played a good D-back tonight. Second and 10. Wahpeton has been so good with their backs against the wall in this opener. They've also fixed the lights here at Frank Vertin this year. The end zone was a black hole last year. Try catching a brown football in a black sky, but they've fixed that, and now it's shining on the turf field. We could have a nice finale to this game. Snap is off. QB keeper right up the middle. It's actually going to go to Frey, a direct snap, Wildcat style, and he rumbles, stumbles down inside the Red E red zone.
And he makes a nice run up the middle. In on the tackle is Cooper Kumo.
Into the Red E red zone for the second time tonight is Jamestown. Get your air seeder ready for next seeding season. Sign up for a free on-site inspection, rebuild, or just grab the parts you need online at rede-egg.com. It's fast, simple, and backed by your air seeder experts. And former Wahpeton Husky, who once hit a home run in Devil's Lake, Madison Nelson Guerra, he's on the Red E team. Farm season in the thick. Get your free air seeder inspection by Red E. So Jamestown into the red zone. 9 yards to go to the goal line. And Wahpeton trying to bend and not break once again here tonight. 8:54 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a quick 30 and come right back as Jamestown's knocking on the doorstep. KBMW News Live.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
So we got another player down here. This one does look to be cramps as they're stretching out the leg of a Blue Jay player at the 15-yard line. Injury reports tonight brought to you by CHI, and that might be another Husky out there. Indeed it is. Got one of the coaches out there. Might be head coach Wade Gilbertson checking on his Husky. Jamestown moving the football downfield after Wahpeton goes 3 and out on their opening drive of the second half. And for the first time, we saw a direct snap to a tailback into the hands of Liam Fry. Full head of steam, and he brings them into the Red E red zone. Chantel Shutt very busy tonight, and that's Isaiah Brushard. So key players on Wahpeton getting dinged up in this game. And I think he's going to have to come out for a play. Trying to weasel his way back onto defense. What a tough hard-nosed kid there. Tough as nails, Isaiah Brushard. But After he's tended to, he's going to be forced to come out for at least one snap. And it's a bad time to lose your star linebacker. First and goal from the 9. As they'll await Brusher getting to the sideline. Got a fullback, running back look too high, one low on the wideouts, and they're going to do another direct snap to Fry, and it's going to work as he plunges into the end zone right side. It's all tied up at 6 here in the third quarter as the Blue Jays strike in the red zone. Fry with a nice run to the right side, and I think Jamestown has found their secret weapon here with the direct snap Wildcat look. We've got another player down, and this time it's going to be the tight end Allen, who's rolling around near the 3-yard line. So Jamestown has tied it up, and they are an extra point away from taking the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, representing auto owners. 8:48 to go in the third quarter, and we got a ball game on AM 1450 KBMW and KBMW News Live YouTube.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain.
We'll get back to the Red River Grain ad on our next break as the extra point is good, and Jamestown has come from behind to take a 7-6 lead on your CFI scoreboard. Liam Fry working out of the Wildcat, gets into the red zone, gets into the end zone, and the Blue Jays have taken their first lead of the 2025 season. When we come back, the Huskies will take the kickoff and try to regain the lead here on their home field at Frank Vertin.
Never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
9-yard touchdown run from Liam Fry gives Jamestown the lead after they convert the PAT. And Wahpeton playing from behind now 7-6 in a game where points have come at a premium. Under 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trey King, who started off the game so good, so precise, 10 completions in a row. Braden Steffens on the receiving end of several of those, including a 36-yard touchdown. He got banged up and had to limp off the field after a punt was blocked. He was hit in the lower half, so we'll see how he fares under center or in the gun here when Wahpeton heads back out. Jamestown set to kick it off. Wahpeton offense looking for a spark here in quarter number 3. Kickoff on the way, and it is booming. And this one is going to go into the end zone. Nearly out of bounds again, but it bounces inside the 5. Lands just to the right of the pylon. So nice kickoff there from the Blue Jays. Results in a touchback. Wahpeton will take over at their own 20. So Wahpeton looking to get some push from the offensive line as they have kind of labored here following a nice opening drive. Even on the touchdown, Wahpeton was facing a 3rd and 16 when they found lightning in a bottle. So it looks like King's out there trying to stretch that calf out of the shotgun. Backfield is empty, 4 wide. Might be a design run for King. In motion, it's Peterson. They're going to feint the pass and run King up the middle, and there's nothing there. Gap narrows on King, and he's met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Anybody's ball game right now, 7-6 Jamestown, 8.5 to go in the third quarter on your CFI scoreboard. Once again, Breckenridge Cowboys up big in Benson, 35-6. Peterson in the backfield, he's in King's left pocket. King drops back to pass. He's going to go over the middle, blanketed but completed for not much gain. Isaiah Brushard caught that with a Blue Jay hanging on his back. He's going to pick up about 4.5 yards. So Brushard, a couple catches today at tight end, and boy, he's still trying to work that calf out. And Wahpeton doesn't have a litany of proven playmakers, and they can't afford to lose anybody else tonight. Holding their own against Jamestown, who came in at number 7 in the preseason poll. King, play action, and it's batted away at the line of scrimmage. Number 15, Seffi Saylor, 2 hands in the air, turns it away, and Wahpeton has 4th and 5 from their own 25, and they'll bring out the punt team. So Wahpeton going nowhere on offense ever since that Braden Steffens first half touchdown catch. And King with that banged up leg is going to drop back to punt, so keep an eye on that. Saylor and Verke back, and that one's blocked. It's going towards the Huskies' end zone. It's in the end zone, and it is scooped up for a touchdown. Block punt, touchdown, back-to-back block punts for the Blue Jays. And it's going from bad to worse for the Huskies. I believe that one was recovered by number 15, Seffi Saylor. I thought they said he was back to return the punt, but I could have swore that was him. But at any rate, it's a touchdown for the Blue Jays on special teams. It's a little bit of salt in the wound for the Huskies. Back-to-back scores. Suddenly Jamestown up by 7, trying to make it 8. In to kick the PAT, Chase Trout. That one's a line drive, no good. So the Huskies trail by 7. It is 13-6, 7:25 to go in the third quarter. A blocked punt, as Jamestown had no problem getting through the line. There was about 3 guys in there that could have blocked that punt. Rolls right into the end zone, scoop and score for the Jamestown Blue Jays. So when we come back, the Huskies in desperate need of an answer on offense. You're listening to AM 1450 KBMW, KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network.
Make sure your vehicle is road trip ready and save big at Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Receive up to $40 in rebates on select brake rotors and brake pads. Up to $30 in rebates on select wipers. Up to $20 in rebates on select batteries. And up to $15 in rebates on engine and cabin air filters. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Well, Jamestown strikes on special teams. A blocked punt recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. And the bad news for Wahpeton is the last kickoff went in the end zone. The booming leg of the Jamestown kicker, number 37, Chase Trout. He did miss the PAT. He has kicked one out of bounds, but Wahpeton could sure use a big return here. Steffens and Barth back deep. Trout boots it away once again over the head of the return men into the end zone. And Trout, a difference maker on special teams. So a touchback will give the Huskies the ball at the 20, trailing 13-6 with 7.5 to go in the third quarter on your CFI scoreboard. And there's been nothing to write home about on offense in the second half for Wahpeton. 2 empty-handed drives that didn't move the chains. A lot of ball game left, trailing by just 1 score here. Wahpeton back on offense. King under center, dealing with that tight leg. He'll hand it off up the middle. Decent run there by Michael Peterson. He's met by the linebacking core, runs him over, picks up about 4. Peterson's been running hard. Credit that kid. A couple big gains. He's been bottled up for most of the night, but he's making the defense feel it at the end of every run. 2nd down and 6. Looking for that patented splash play that head coach Wade Gilbertson and his crew have been so good at the past few seasons. In motion, it's Kulmo. They'll fake the handoff to him. They'll go up the middle with Peterson. No running room for Peterson. Picks up about 2 yards, and Wahpeton will face another 3rd down. They have pretty much abandoned the Peterson runs to the outside, just going straight up the gut. Now they have 3rd and 4. In motion, it's Kumo. Gives him 2 wide high. Left side of the backfield, it's Peterson. A delayed pitch to Peterson. Trying to hit the outside, and he is swallowed up. Little option pitch to Peterson. Jamestown got on the edge in a hurry, got off the block. And Wahpeton has a 4th and 3. You got to think they'd punted here, but the last 2 punts have been blocked, so what do? Back in the day, you'd just put Ryan Smith at punter and tell him to take the long snap and run it for 80 yards. 4th and 3 for Wahpeton. Back to punt once again, it's King. And this has been disastrous the last 2 punts. Wahpeton needs to get a push up front. Snap is away, King gets it off. Short punt. Takes a Jamestown bounce, and they'll have it in Wahpeton territory, inside the 50. Isaiah Brushert gets down there to down the ball, so it's good to see him moving better after being ginger for most of the second half here. Under 5.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Jamestown has scored back-to-back touchdowns to take a 13-6 lead, and they have the pigskin. Jamestown at the Huskies 47. Nenow gets the play to his tight end, Allen. Allen spreads out wide. Big body on the high side of your screen. They'll hand it off to Fry, who has been a money maker here in the 3rd quarter. He'll pick up about 6. Liam Fry running with a purpose. Not much dancing around from Fry. He gets that handoff moving forward. Keeps going north the whole way. Kind of wearing on the Huskies now, who are down Landon Ralph. They're all-state linemen. 2nd and 4. Huskies led this game 6-0 at half. Quick pass to the outside. Lots of running room. Tackle made on the 2nd effort. Good finishing job on that tackle by the Huskies, number 54. As we don't have Austin Fensky on the roster here, my apologies, but that was Austin Fensky who finished up after the broken tackle. First down after Verkey's catch, and no Husky there in his face to press him. They were playing back off the line of scrimmage and kind of just gave Blue Jays the first down there. Fresh set of downs from the Huskies, 37. And someone's going to call a timeout here. We got officials time. Officials timeout here. Now they're going to put it back in play. I think they needed to pump up the play clock. So 4:32 to go. Jamestown looking to put together another drive. Pitch play. Running room up the middle. Another big gain for the Blue Jays. Man in motion was number 15, Seffi Saylor. They dump him the football. He turns upfield. Picks up about 5. Trey King on the stop. Game 1 of the season, Huskies in the driver's seat through 2 quarters. All Jamestown here in quarter 3. 13-6 Jamestown, 4 minutes to go. They are marching. Dropping back, Nenow goes to the sideline, one-hand attempt, but just out of the reach of number 80, Eric Van Berkom. Brings up 3rd and 5. Huskies so good at walling up on the money downs early in the game. Let's see if they can get back to that form here against the Blue Jays. Problem is, you got Liam Fry in the backfield, who has been punching the rock downfield. Dropping back, they're going to pass here. A little bit of pressure. Could be a sack, and it's Luke Anderson. All-state lineman puts the hurt on Nenow, and Wahpeton needed that. That's a tourniquet on the bleeding of the 3rd quarter. 3:35 to go. 4th down for the Blue Jays. big situation, make or break here for both teams. 4th and 9. They're going to drop back to punt in Wahpeton territory. Wahpeton got to be mindful of the sidelines here. Punt is off. It bounces. It's on the ground. And the Huskies swallow up the punter. Isaiah Brushard along with Caden Barth. Punt was in the dirt. Blue Jays had trouble picking it up, and the Huskies smelled blood and they pounced. So the Huskies get it in Jamestown territory, and just like the flip of a coin, Wahpeton has the momentum. 17-yard loss on the bad snap. And here come the Huskies from the Blue Jays 47. Final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Huskies trail by a touchdown. Handoff, right side. Nice jump cut up the middle, and Peterson finds a little bit of room. Hopefully that can get him going. He did a nice job there with a little jump cut. Stop, start. Pick up 4.
First man there for the Blue Jays, number 53, Mason Gibson.
Mason Gibson on the tackle. The Huskies looking to tie it up as we head into the fourth quarter here. 2:40 to go in the third. Huskies have not taken a snap under center tonight. They'll get it to King. Fakes the handoff, and he is thrown into the ground. Helmet pops off. And that was number 59 for the Blue Jays, Cody Barrett. Barrett's biggest tackle of the game results in a loss. Not what Wahpeton needed there as we approach the 2-minute mark in the third quarter. And the passing game has been non-existent for the Huskies after a very nice first half through the air. This West Coast style offense we've seen the past 2 years is kind of undertaking an overhaul here with starting quarterback Jack Gilbertson out, and the reins have been handed to Trey King, and Wahpeton is going to need to talk this over. A big 3rd and 7 after the Huskies force a punt. Bad snap gives Wahpeton favorable field position. They're now at the Jamestown 44, 3rd and 7, $1:48 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Let's see if the Huskies can move the chains and get back in this ball game on AM 1450 and KBMW News Live YouTube.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
So Wahpeton faces a 3rd and 7 here, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. They've watched a 6-0 halftime lead become a 13-6 deficit. A couple blocked punts for the Blue Jays, one of them recovered in the end zone, and a nice, tough rushing touchdown, a 9-yard scamper on a direct snap from Liam Fry. Wahpeton taking this time out to draw something up. See if they try to take a gamble and stretch the field here with their playmaker on the sidelines. Braden Steffens, the senior wide receiver, all-stater from a year ago. 7 touchdowns last year, 1 touchdown through 2.5 quarters this season. Take a look at the Breckenridge score for you. 35-6 at the half.
Huskies 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7. Snap is off. They'll go with the handoff. Broken tackle, truck stick, and Peterson is going to be close to the line of gain. And they're going to call it a first down, no measurement needed. Peterson lowered his head like a Mack truck. Broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Next man he saw, he said, "Good morning." Michael Peterson. Toughest run of the ball game for the senior, trying to cement his spot as the lead back here, and he's getting all the carries he can handle. 1st and 10, final 90 seconds of the third quarter. Huskies looking to tie this ball game up. at the 36-yard line of the Blue Jays. Shotgun formation. Snap is off. It's going to be a play-action pass, bobbled off the hands of Steffens, incomplete. King left that one behind him, nearly a backwards pass there for the Huskies. Steffens could not haul it in. Second down and 10 for Wahpeton, trying to get the ball into their playmaker Steffens' hands. The pass just a little bit behind him at the line of scrimmage. Play action. Steffens just went out on the flat, and the pass was behind him. $1:18 to go in the third quarter. Huskies trailing by 7 on your CFI scoreboard. 4 wide. King drops back, looking downfield. He's going to air it out, taking a shot for the end zone. And we're going to get a incomplete pass. D-back draped all over Braden Steffens' back. No PI. The crowd is beside themselves here. Steffens had no chance to elevate and catch that ball as a Jamestown defender had him in a bear hug. Huge break for the Blue Jays, as there was a lot of contact there. Steffens trying to make a play on the ball. Safety making a play on Steffens. No flag. Brings up a 3rd and 10. Huskies are going to call another timeout, and Patrick Goulon is beside himself on the Wahpeton sideline as the officials keep the flag in their pocket. Big play. Huskies throw it down from the 36 down to near the 5-yard line, and the Huskies don't get the PI, and sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Minute and 11 left. Huskies call their second timeout of the second half. 3rd and 10. Trailing by 7. We'll be back in 25 seconds here on AM 1450 KBMW.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
So Steffens unable to haul in the deep pass with a defender draped all over him, and Wahpeton's going to have to go back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 from the 36. Minute 11. Huskies have not scored in the second half. They trail 13-6. Play action. King rolls out to the left. He's got a man, and it is batted away. He had Brushert downfield as Brushert, the tight end, leaked out, and he was right at the sticks. King went for a check down instead, and it's batted by the Blue Jays. Second pass deflection of the game. We have 4th and 10, and this is 4-down territory. As bad as it's gone for Wahpeton in the third quarter, they trail by a single score. Wahpeton can afford to air one out for the end zone here on 4th and 10 from the 36. King rolls left, being chased. He's under pressure, and he throws it behind Steffens again. Steffens rolling right to left on your screen, had to reach back and try a one-hand snag. Can't haul it in. Turnover on downs, Jamestown ball. So the Blue Jays will have it at their own 36. Final minute of the third quarter. Neither team has a lot going on. Take away the Jamestown block, punt, scoop, and score, and it's a tie game. Unfortunately for Wahpeton, that's not how football works. So junior quarterback Brady Nenow will lead the Blue Jay offense back out for the final 60 seconds of Q3. Nenow going to hand it off. Good blocking. It's going to free up a 5-yard run. Will Bennett on the carry. Jackson Morris breaking him loose as he sealed his guy away from the play. 2nd and 6. 44 seconds to go in the third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, representing auto owners. Great blocking there by the Jamestown line. Bennett in motion. Switches to the left side of the backfield. They'll go to the wideout, and that one is going to be blown dead. Nearly another backwards pass. We've seen a couple of those from Wahpeton. Both teams taking their shots downfield, but it has been these wide receivers coming in motion and trying to catch the ball out on the flat and do the rest with their legs. So it's 3rd and 6 suddenly, 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wahpeton has been so stout on third down, trying to continue that trend. Bennett in the backfield. I don't see Liam Fry out there. He has been dynamite at running back. Not sure if they have him split out on the high side, but it's Bennett in the backfield, 4 wide. In motion, it's Verke. Dropping back, Nenow. He's hit hard. He finds Bennett, and Bennett's going to get a first down and more up the sideline near the Huskies 40. A big play on 3rd and 6. He's knocked out of bounds. Screen pass just before Nenow got lit up. And that's going to move the chains for the Blue Jays. Trayton King prevents a touchdown on the sideline, pushing Bennett out of bounds. So Will Bennett getting a lot of tick here at running back, and Fry will come in after a breather. He's not the guy you want to see at full strength. Into Husky territory, snap is off, it's low, scooped off the ground, handed to Fry, can't get his footing. He'll fall forward, and he's down after a short gain. 3 quarters in the books. Jamestown, 13 unanswered points after the half, and they lead Wahpeton 13-6 on your CFI scoreboard. Into the home stretch on KBMW News Live, you're listening to the NDHSAA High School Football Opener. Wahpeton Huskies holding up 4 fingers. They know it's crunch time here at the Dog Pound of Frank Vertin Field. We'll be back in 30 seconds. AM 1450, KBMW News Live YouTube. We've got a ball game on the I3G Sports Network.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time-consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous, hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
With the Wahpeton offense in a holding pattern, they really need a stop on this drive, and Nenow is going to air it out. It's bobbled and incomplete. Looking for Remick there, bobbled with a bunch of Huskies surrounding him, and it's 3rd and 9. Wahpeton cannot afford to fall behind by 2 scores here, with their only touchdown coming on a 36-yard crossing route from Braden Steffens. Back in the first half. 3rd and 9 from the Wahpeton 42. Nenow and Fry in the backfield, 4 wide. Quick pass to the left side, Brushert meets the receiver, but he's falling forward near the first down, and boy, oh boy, they're going to push him forward about 10 yards. Jamestown line ate their Wheaties today. My goodness, what a second effort. Looked like a 3rd down stop. Instead, it's a 1st down. Remick, Jaeger Remick, flexing his muscles, nearing the red zone, and Wahpeton's in trouble. Just a quick little hitter on the left side. Remick does the rest. Jamestown has the ball in the 26. This red zone defense has been solid tonight, minus the Frey rushing touchdown. Hand off to Frey. Lots of room up the middle. Gets through the first line, gets through the second line, at the 10, at the 5, still rumbling, down to the 3. Liam Fry, excuse me. And Jamestown just playing a little bit bigger and a little bit badder here in the second half. Wahpeton fading, 11 minutes to go. First and goal from the 3 as we enter the red E red zone. Bennett in the backfield. We'll see if he joins Frey in the TD column or if Nenau will keep it. Nenau looking to pass. He's going to throw it out, and it is incomplete at the pylon. Braden Steffens with blanket coverage. That one was intended for number 15, Seffi Saylor. Looking for a little quick out route to the pylon and throwing it only where his receiver could get it, not risking an interception. Nenau throws it out of bounds. Second and goal from the 3, and you got to think there's going to be a run, and here comes Mr. Fry. Fry in the backfield, ready for the direct snap out of the Wildcat. He's going to get a handoff instead. Right side, walks into the end zone. So Jamestown figuring it out in the second half. 19 unanswered points as they take a 2-score lead on the Wahpeton Huskies. 19-6 Jamestown as Trout will come out and try to convert the PAT. We're going to have an officials timeout here. Wahpeton was multi-dimensional on offense to begin the game, but Jamestown has made all the adjustments to take a 13-point lead with 11 minutes to go. Wahpeton has to score when they get the ball back, and they got to do it quick. Head coach Wade Gilbertson heading out to the huddle to have a discussion with his team. And Wahpeton down to 1 timeout as they burnt both of them up on third down situations in the third quarter. So they will not be able to stop the clock a whole lot in the waning moments of this game. 19-6 Jamestown on your CFI scoreboard. And the tides have turned here at Frank Vertin Field. Trout out to attempt the PAT. Kick is up. It's a good one. Right down Broadway, 20-6 Jamestown. They take a 14-point lead, and the Wahpeton offense looking for answers here with their new look players. A little bit banged up tonight too, some injuries, some cramping for Wahpeton. Hoping they can put a drive together before it's too late. We're going to head to break, folks. We'll be back under 11 minutes to go. Jamestown has scored the last 20 points of this ball game. Wahpeton took a 6-0 lead into the half. It is now 20-6 Blue Jays on your CFI scoreboard.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Jamestown set to kick it off with a whole lot of momentum behind their sails. Steffens and Barth back to return. The last 2 kickoffs have sailed into the end zone. That one's going to be returnable. It is taken by Barth. Not a whole lot of blocking, but he makes a couple guys miss and busts a tackle out to the 31. Crafty return from Barth. Just a small sliver of a doorway to get through. He picks up some much needed yardage for the Huskies when it looked like he'd be pinned inside the 20. So Wahpeton gets out to the 30-yard line. 10.5 to go, trailing by 14. Big game for both teams. on the outside looking in the preseason poll. Both teams probably figure they've got a lot tougher competition than what they're seeing tonight, and they'd really like to pick up this W. King hands off to Peterson. Peterson tries the right side. He falls forward for a nice gain. About 4 yards for Peterson.
Runs over the right side.
And the time keeps ticking here. 10:20 to go in the game.
Making the stop, H.C. Mack and Cody Barrett.
Cody Barrett in on the stop.
8-4, 2nd and 6.
Snap is off. Handoff to Peterson. And he runs into a wall. Some of that wall Huskies, some of that wall Jamestown. Just nowhere for him to go. Under 10 minutes to go now. 3rd and 5. So we have some lightning in the distance here. 3rd and 5. The game could hinge on this play. Play action. King rolls right. He's going to throw it over the middle. Triple coverage surrounding Cooper Kumo. The pass falls incomplete, and Wahpeton has 4th down at their own 35. And it looks like Wahpeton may go here, and I don't see why not. Take your chances at picking up 5 yards and extending this drive as we go under 10 minutes trailing by 2 touchdowns. And if you don't get it, try to hang your hat on your defense. 4th and 5. Wahpeton in its own territory. Dropping back. King. He's got time, but he can't find anybody. Tries to run up the middle. He is taken down. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And Jamestown just keeps humming along here in the second half. So another turnover for the Huskies. Fresh set of downs for the Blue Jays. And there may not be enough time left in this ball game for Wahpeton to come back. So we'll get a look at that Breckenridge score for you, folks. 3rd quarter, 42-6, Breckenridge piling it on in Benson. So the Blue Jays trying to tack on here 20 unanswered points. The number 7 team in the preseason poll has figured things out after a scoreless first half. Good push by the Wahpeton line, but Bennett is able to get past and rumble inside the red zone. Will Bennett, seldomly used in the first half, has become a feature back in the second half, and this Jamestown team looks like they could be dangerous this fall with the combination of Fry and Bennett in the backfield. Both guys, smash mouth runners, who've made a living going between the tackles tonight. 9 minutes to play, Jamestown by 14. Huskies on defense, backed into their own red zone. Presented by Red E, the performance egg experts. Bobbled in the backfield and handled, but tackled. A nice tackle there made by, looks like Peterson. So Michael Peterson on the tackle. Nearly a golden opportunity as Seffi Saylor is playing hot potato with the football on that handoff, but he's able to haul it in. Big loss, though, 2nd and 18. Problem for Wahpeton is they burnt those 2 timeouts in the 3rd quarter, and the clock just keeps moving along. Ball now at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 18 for Jamestown. They're content to take their time with this 2-score lead. First down could nearly ice the game here. They're going to drop back and pass. Trying to jump the route was number 5, Caden Barth. Pass is incomplete. Barth took a gamble there, and if that pass was on the money, would have been a clear path for 6. Sails out of bounds, stops the clock as well. 3rd and 18, 8 minutes to go. Jamestown with a 2-score lead. Interesting decision here. Do they run it? Try to eat some more clock up? Do they pass it and try to pick up the line of gain?
Blue Jays, 3rd and
Nenow out of the gun. It's once again Bennett in the backfield. Nenow drops back. He's going to sail one up high, and it's broken up by Braden Steffens. That was for Jaeger Remick. He went up to get that, and gravity pulled him down as he got a cramp in his calf, so he didn't get quite as much lift on his vert as he wanted, and that might have saved Wahpeton a first down. Steffens there on the pass breakup getting a hand in on coverage, and it's now 4th and 18. And it's always a wild card whether a high school team has a kicker capable of booting a field goal. This is a pretty deep one here from the 26-yard line. So we'll see if Jamestown goes for it on 4th and 18, or they see if Trout can split the goalposts. He has a couple touchbacks tonight, so he's got a strong leg. We're going to pause for injury timeout. 20-6, Jamestown leads Wahpeton. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter on KBMW News Live YouTube, part of the i3G Sports Network.
A remodel, addition, or new construction resembles a puzzle. You look at the edges, the colors, and what you envision as a finished work of art. Showplace Cabinetry, available at Dakota Cabinetry, can help you worry about one last piece of the puzzle. Do you have a picture in mind? Dakota Cabinetry can make your next project complete by offering countertops, custom tile backsplashes, custom tile showers, and flooring too. Stop by our showroom located at 898 8th Avenue South in Wahpeton, or call 642-2100 to check out Showplace Cabinetry.
Right as the Jamestown player gets helped off the field, that's Jaeger Remick. They were looking for him. 4th and 18, but a 15-yard pass got broken up near the 10-yard line by Braden Steffens. It is now 4th and 18. 7:58 to go. Wahpeton needs a stop and 2 quick scores. It's a lot to ask, but I've seen crazier things happen. Enter the Monk Miracle. Everybody out wide. And Nenow is going to tuck and run, and he will get hit at the line of scrimmage. There's going to be a flag, though, however. This will be a big call, depending who it goes on. Of course, Wahpeton can decline. It's going to be holding on Jamestown. Wahpeton's going to decline and take over here. They have less than 8 minutes to erase a 14-point deficit. So the Huskies will take over on their own 25, hoping to piece together a 75-play drive in about 4 plays. With time dwindling away here on their season opener, Jamestown just piling it on here after the break. Big-time backfield tandem of Fry and Bennett with a little bit of Nenow completions in between. Trey King's going to have to navigate this defense here in his first varsity start at quarterback. Little play action. They're going to go downfield one-on-one, and that's got to be PI. It's going to be. Good job there by the Wahpeton wide receiver, Aiden Bonchez, the 6'1 junior. He turned around, got his eyes on the football, tried to make a play. The defender did not get turned around, and he's going to get whistled for the PI. So that'll be a first down for Wahpeton, and the good news is it stops the clock. 7:45 to go, and that was a pretty pass there by King. Got it out of his hand in a hurry. Didn't really allow the Jamestown secondary to get turned around and make a read on the ball. So that puts the Huskies on the 37. We'll see if they stick with the play action. Brushard in motion, 2 tight end set. And it's going to be a handoff to Peterson. A lot of room on the right side. Peterson turns on the burners, and he's going to pick up about 17. Peterson, eyes wide on that one. He saw that hole and hit it in a hurry. Peterson's been quiet after that big run early in the game, but kid's a gamer. He has been running hard tonight, gritting his teeth. And I think they're going to get a big season out of Michael Peterson no matter how this opener shakes out. So they have found their feature back. A guy who goes out play after play, he can handle the touches. 1st and 10 at midfield. Peterson in the backfield. Snap is off, hand off Peterson. He'll try the left side. Another big run for Mike. Falls forward for about 7 yards, and we're at about 7 minutes left in this game. Huskies down by 14 on your CFI scoreboard. It's 20-6 Jamestown. Mason Gibson got the full load of Michael Peterson at the end of that run, and he's been finishing these runs with authority. Snap is away. Play action. King, a lot of real estate on the right side, and he's going to get out of bounds. High IQ play from the young QB. Wahpeton has come alive here on this drive. 6:42 to go in the fourth as King rumbles into Blue Jay territory. It's not over, folks. 6:42 on the clock. Wahpeton down by 2 TDs, and they're marching. King has shown the ability to stretch the field with his arm, and now may be the time to show it off. King, play action, little shimmy shake in the backfield, avoids another tackler, right to left, up the middle, hit high. He'll fall forward for a gain of 9. Trayton King showing some will to win here in his first start. No way to mince the words. An atrocious third quarter for the Huskies, but you gotta love the fight here in the late going. Approaching 6 minutes. The Huskies are approaching the red zone at the 26-yard line. 2nd and 2. Only one timeout remaining for Wahpeton. Snap is off. King drops back, looking deep. He'll air it out. It's thrown in the end zone for a touchdown. 3 Huskies in the area. I didn't know who was going to get it. Jamestown looking all over. And it's hauled in by the young Cooper Kumo. Welcome to the big show. Kumo shining under the Friday night lights, and Wahpeton right back in it. The Huskies have a pulse. They strike from 26 yards on the second touchdown pass of the game. It is King to Kumo.
Huskies will be attempting a 2-point.
So the Huskies are going to go for 2 here. 20-12. 3 wide. Dropping back to pass. It's King. He's going to throw a fade. Back corner of the end zone. Going up. Trying to make the catch is Steffens. Tremendous pass breakup by the Blue Jays. That was a perfectly placed ball. Steffens went up and high pointed it. But the Blue Jays secondary got their hand in the cookie jar, and the Huskies trail by 8. 20-12 after the failed 2-point conversion. Trayton King showing that he can locate these passes in high-pressure situations, and the Huskies showing that they're down but not out. 1-score game. Huskies strike on the big pass to Cooper Kumo, and it's 20-12 here on your CFI scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's riding on the Huskies defense in crunch time. KBMW.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
36-yard touchdown pass early in the game to Braden Steffens, and now a 26-yard pass to Cooper Kumo as Trey King shakes off a sluggish third quarter and gets the Huskies back in it. It's 20-12 Jamestown, under 6 to play. Huskies just 1 timeout left in their pocket. They need to get some pressure into the backfield here. So Peterson going to kick it off here. Jamestown's got to be weary of an onside. As Wahpeton looking to pull out all the stops for a comeback win. And this game could change the course of the season for these teams. It's going to be a little squib kick. Bounces at the 30. Fielded and returned nicely to the 45, and putting a massive hit on the end of that is Peterson. Peterson continues to show just how much of a brute he is going into his senior year. A big return. So good field position for Jamestown near midfield.
Ball is going to be spotted at the Blue Jays' own 46-yard line.
Ball's at the 46-yard line of the Blue Jays. 5:52 to play in this ball game. Wahpeton is one stop away from getting a chance. 20-12 Jamestown. One receiver in motion. Handoff to Fry, and he's going to break loose for a first down. Turns his back to the defense, keeps his legs churning, and that's a 14-yard pickup. Liam Fry has been a nightmare tonight in tandem with Will Bennett. Into Husky territory. Clock stops momentarily to move the chains. Starts back up at 5:40. Five and a half to play. Out of the gun, Fry gets a big head start on these handoffs. They'll give it to him again, and there he goes, up the middle, past the first down marker, near the red zone, into the red zone. Rumble, Fry, rumble. One-man army, Liam Fry, into the red zone. Brushard and Steffens in on the tackle. Into the red zone. Don't let missing parts slow you down next seeding season. Get what you need fast. Red-E-Egg.com. Your Air Cedar pros. They are the experts when it comes to rebuilds, custom parts, and they offer free inspections. 5-minute mark, fresh set of downs for Jamestown. Wahpeton on life support again. We're going to get a penalty here, or are we going to get a timeout? Jamestown will burn a timeout to avoid a delay of game as the play clock winding down. We'll take a timeout with them, presented by Heitkamp Construction. Once you know who they are, you won't build any other way. 20-12, Wahpeton trailing, time ticking away. Under 5 minutes here at Frank Vertin Field. You're listening to Husky Football on AM 1450, KBMW News Live YouTube, part of the I3G Sports Network.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Huskies fighting for their lives here late in this game, trailing by 8. Jamestown threatening to put it away on the Huskies 17, 1st and 10. Cowboys, on the other hand, in Benson, 49-14. Breckenridge looking strong to begin the year. Out of the gun, 3 wide. Handoff once again right side, and once again it's going to pick up positive yardage. I believe that was Fry again. We don't have official numbers up here, folks, because I am the cameraman, the radio engineer, and the play-by-play guy. But Fry's got to be north of 20 carries for this ball game. Couple touchdowns for Fry. One out of the Wildcat from 9 yards out. Another one from 3 yards out where he just walked into the end zone. 4:23 to go. Wahpeton looking to punch the ball loose here and get a turnover. Linebackers up on the line, trying to break through, and they will. They stick Fry behind the line of scrimmage. Big hit there by Trey King. 3rd and 4, no gain on the play. Under 4 minutes to go. Wahpeton trails 20-12 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Stick around for the Miller Realty postgame show, folks. We'll get into the Otter Tail Power Poll. And since we don't have any in-season rankings, we'll talk about the rest of the Huskies and Blue Jays schedules for the season. We'll reveal your players of the game as well and your play of the game. 3rd and 4 from the 11. 4 wide. And the Blue Jays draw the Huskies off sides. That might be the icing on the cake there, as Jamestown uses the snap count to get Wahpeton into the neutral zone, and a back-breaking penalty in the first game of the season. That moves the ball up to the 6-yard line.
And the penalty walk-off makes it 1st and goal for the Blue Jays.
1st and goal for Jamestown. Fry looking for his third rushing touchdown of the night. Good bet. They put it right in his belly here, first play. And the clock keeps ticking. They're going to run it all the way down to 3 minutes. 8 on the play clock. They'll snap. Hand off to Fry. Little jump cut. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He's moving forward. Huskies, Blue Jays trying to stop him. They blow it dead. Even though it looks like his momentum was still moving forward, they're going to blow it dead, and Fry is stopped short of the end zone. Fry able to carry a couple tacklers for 2 yards. And we are under 3 minutes in this game. Wahpeton with 1 timeout left. Blue Jays 4 yards away from scoring a game-clinching touchdown with a 20-12 lead. Taking their time, 5 on the play clock. Snap is off with 1 second, handoff to Fry. He's hit, he bounces outside, and he's hit again. Finishing off the play to wrap him up is number 5, Caden Barth. Luke Anderson was first in there on the contact. It's a hold on Jamestown. So big break for Wahpeton there. At this point, you're just hoping to keep him out of the end zone, get the ball back. Get a chance to air it out. We've got a credit in this fourth quarter. Michael Peterson running hard, and it's been Hunter Belke and Luke Anderson and the rest of that Huskies offensive line who is, taking their licks in the second half. They have really, really muscled up and helped this Wahpeton offense get back into the game. But right now, it's time for the Huskies defense to make a stop. 2nd and 14, 2:09 left. 17 on the play clock. Jamestown likely going to use most of it as we've hit the 2-minute mark. 5 on the play clock. Snap is off. Hand off to Bennett. He'll make a cut to the right, dive up the middle. Big gain for Jamestown. It's 3rd and goal now, down to the 5-yard line. Wahpeton has 1 timeout left. They're going to hang on to it. Blue Jays can take it down to about a minute. If Wahpeton can stop them on 3rd and goal, they can burn that timeout. Try to stop them on 4th and get the ball back. Third and 7, minute 15 left. Jamestown trying to ice this game, up by a touchdown. Snap is low. Nino gets it. He's running to the outside, and he's met for no gain. So the Huskies will burn their final timeout, and those 2 timeouts they called on 3rd down in the 3rd quarter are really coming home to roost now. Granted, it was a big situation. You can't blame the coaching staff. It sure would be nice to have all 3 of them at your disposal. So the Huskies call their final High Camp Construction timeout. 1:02 remaining. 4th and 6, a touchdown will put this game on ice for Jamestown. A 4th down stop will give Wahpeton the ball back with less than 1 minute remaining, trailing 20-12. It's been a good ball game here, folks. Like I said earlier, a war of attrition between 2 teams that are working through some penalties, some early season mistakes. And Wahpeton's hoping just to get the last break tonight. 4th and 6. We're going to stay right here. Jamestown, 20 unanswered points to start the second half after trailing 6-0 at the break. And the Huskies answered with a 26-yard touchdown pass from King to Kumo to get back in it in the 4th quarter. The game rides on this play. Huskies coaching staff is imploring the Husky crowd to get loud, and they're going to try a field goal here, so they'll bring out Trout for a field goal that could win the game. Trout's kick is up. Trout's kick is dead center, and that is an anticlimactic finish for the Husky fans. 23-12, it's all but over. Wahpeton trails by 11 with 58 seconds left. Let's see what kind of response the Huskies have on offense on their final drive of the game when we come back from this break on KBMW News Live YouTube.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
So the Huskies doing everything they can to keep Jamestown out of the end zone, and Jamestown rolls out the power leg of Trout, and he boots a field goal that should decide this game, and it gives Jamestown a 23-12 lead with 58 seconds to go. Huskies back to return. Huskies with a 6-0 halftime lead. If you're just tuning in now, 20 unanswered points by the Blue Jays have flipped the script here in Wahpeton. Kick is on the way, and it is fielded with a foot in the end zone. So this is going to eat up some time and nowhere to go for the return man as he's swallowed up by 3 Blue Jays. Touchback would have given Wahpeton the ball at the 20. Instead, it is fielded at the goal line and taken out to the 10. 51 seconds to go, 90 yards, down by 2 scores. That's what Wahpeton faces. I think they're going to talk it over here and see if there's a penalty on the end of that play, as you see the white hat discussing with the rest of the officiating crew. And there is going to be no penalty on that hit at the end of the return. So the Wahpeton offense comes back out, which is all but certain to be the final drive of the game. Not a bad game by Wahpeton from any stretch of the imagination, putting together a new offense this year. Certainly some things to build on. You've seen Michael Peterson have his flashes of lead back material. Trey King has thrown a really, really nice ball. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions tonight. He did lose a fumble. But for your first varsity start at QB for Trey King, who's just a sophomore, you got to like what you see. And when Jack Gilbertson comes back, they'll have 2 guys they could potentially have back there at QB and 2 guys who play great receiver. Shotgun formation, final minute of the ball game, 23-12 Jamestown. King will take the shotgun snap at his own 5. King drops back. He's going to look to the sideline here. Pass is high, nearly picked off the hands of Cooper Kuhlmo, and then it was off the hands of the DB for Jamestown. Number 8, Carson Schmidt. So no reason to run the rock here, so it'll be the Wahpeton wideouts versus the Blue Jays secondary for the finale of this season opener. Dropping back is King. He's going to roll out to his left. Little short pass here. Nice move to evade the tackler. And Braden Steffens with a chunk gain as he continues to pile on his yardage for the day. First down near the 30. Stops the clock. Steffens runs out of bounds near the home sideline. Steffens has been as billed tonight. Some nice catch and runs, some nice deep routes. Nearly had a 2-point conversion in the back of the end zone on a fade route. They'll be able to build off that attack. King rolls right, looking for a man. And he finds his receiver, but he is popped. Kuhlmo met with the full force. I believe that was number 20, Aiden Scary. He jarred that thing loose with a hard hit. That was actually Braden Heminger. Kuhlmo a bit shaken up after that. Final 30 seconds of the ball game. 2nd and 10 from the Huskies 28. And once again, Trey King putting these passes on the money for the most part. King drops back over the middle. Short pass complete. And that's going to eat up pretty much the rest of the ball game here. Short gain on the completion as they rush to the line. Final 15 seconds, 3rd and 5. Mason Gibson on the tackle. King back. King going to air it out downfield. Kumo, and it's caught at the 50. Another well-timed pass from King to Kumo, and that connection from sophomore to sophomore has been nice to see tonight for Wahpeton. They'll try to get one more play off here. 4 seconds on the clock. They rush to the line. Ball is spotted. 4, 3, 2. They get the snap off. Final play of the game. King is going to air it out. He's under pressure. Chased from behind, and a sack is how this game ends. Sacked by number 52 on that play. Jet Wharton, who was a problem tonight on the run stop and the pass rush. And Jamestown is going to come away with a come-from-behind victory here in the season opener at Frank Vertin Field. Wahpeton scored the first 6 points. Jamestown went up 20-6. A late touchdown strike from King to Kumo, not enough, as Trout puts the game on ice with a field goal. We'll get you the yardage on that field goal, and we'll get you a little post-game report here presented by Miller Realty. We'll talk about the scoring. We'll talk about kind of the theme of the game here, which was, back and forth, teams trading penalties that took them out of scoring position, but it was Jamestown's third quarter execution that earned them a victory, and they'll have a chance to enter the top 5 in the first regular season poll after debuting at number 7 in the Associated Press preseason poll. Final score, 23-12. Jamestown walks away with a victory at Frank Vertin Field. I'm Robert Wanick. We'll be back in a bit with the Miller Realty postgame show on the I3G Sports Network.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Welcome back to the Miller Realty postgame show, a tradition of knowledge, integrity, trust, and service. I'm Robert Wanick. Final score tonight, 23-12. Jamestown wipes away a 6-0 halftime deficit in a game that had no offensive rhythm in the first half as both teams marched into the red zone on multiple occasions and just couldn't get it done. Holding calls, fumbles, each team lost a fumble in the red zone, and each team got themselves into some 3rd and longs where they moved out of the red zone, and that cost them some scoring opportunities. But the Blue Jays put together a masterclass of rushing in the 3rd quarter, led by their senior running back, Liam Fry, and also number 21, this other senior running back, Will Bennett, and they just kind of punched Wahpeton in the mouth in the 3rd quarter, scored 20 unanswered points in this ball game, and then their kicker, Chase Trout, punched home a field goal. I believe it was about a 26-yard field goal to put the game out of reach. 23-12 is the final. Let's jump right into your Essentia Health players of the game. For Wahpeton, we're going to go with senior wide receiver Braden. Let's go with Trey King. You know, I was thinking about this before we hopped into the pregame show. Braden Steffens, he's going to get his touches, he's going to get his yardage, and he's going to command a lot of attention on defense and still get it done with his pedigree. But Trey King, he was the wild card coming in here, asked to start as a sophomore quarterback in place of the incumbent Jack Gilbertson, who was hoping to make his highly anticipated varsity debut as the starting QB. Trey King came in, and all he did was complete 10 straight passes, short routes, screen plays, intermediate routes, deep ball. He had it all early on. 2 touchdowns for Trey King, and they were pretty ones. 26 yards, 36 yards. So King letting it rip under center, out of the shotgun actually, for 2 long touchdowns in his first start. Like I said, protected the ball, did not throw an interception in this game. And after, being tagged for 20 straight points and the defense of Jamestown really riding that momentum and feeding off the offense, King came back and went right up the seam down the middle of the field. 3 Huskies in the same area. He was able to hone in on one of them, Cooper Kuhlmo, and hit him right at the goal line. I mean, the placement of these passes was beautiful. He hit Steffens in stride on a crossing route that allowed Steffens to keep going full speed and outrun the defense. I mean, he didn't have to make an adjustment or gear down at all, and that was the 36-yard touchdown early in the game that gave Wahpeton that 6-0 lead that they took into the break. And then with Wahpeton down by 2 scores, King made it a 20-12 game with a 26-yard strike. He threw it between 3 Jamestown defenders, and none of them knew who to focus in on. And Kuhlmo was the one that they left open, and Kuhlmo was the decision that King went with. I was just very impressed with his decision-making tonight and the way he orchestrated the offense, of course accounting for both of Wahpeton's scores. So he'll be the quarterback for multiple weeks to start the season, the way it appears with Gilbertson dealing with some sort of undisclosed injury, although he was out there warming up. But King, certainly serviceable to say the least, and his debut varsity start, it was a win-win for Wahpeton. I mean, could you have asked him to do more? Maybe. Are you happy with how he performed? I'd say absolutely. So Trey King, 2 touchdown passes, your Essentia Health player of the game. Essentia here with you. And for Jamestown, we got to go with Liam Fry. 2 rushing scores for Liam Fry, and he really just wore down the Wahpeton defense with north-south running. Nothing flashy about it. He wasn't juking people. It wasn't spinning. He was just meeting them in the hole and winning the battle 10 times out of 10. So those are your players of the game. Wahpeton's is Trey King, sophomore quarterback with a fine debut. And Liam Fry, the senior 6'2", 205 bruiser out of the backfield for Jamestown. And for your Red River Agency play of the game, we got to go with that Braden Steffens touchdown, because we wondered how he would get the ball, with the question mark at quarterback play, with a new QB stepping in and with your all-around star player Trayton Mount graduating. He generated around 2,000 yards of offense next year. You knew that all eyes were going to be on Steffens, the potential of a double team being on him at all times, them just spying him. But they got him the ball, and he got him in the end zone to strike first this season. So that's what a leader does, and that's what you expect out of your best player. It doesn't matter if the defense is going to be keying on you. You got to go out there and be the best player on the field at all times, and Braden Steffens was one of the best players on the field tonight. He had some beautiful catches. His catch after run was great. His run after catch, and we're going to see some huge things again out of Steffens. 7 touchdowns last year in 9 games. He's got 1 touchdown already tonight after the season debut. So that's your Red River Agency play of the game, presented by your trusted hometown agents. Braden Steffens takes a pass on 3rd and 16, 26 yards, and the Huskies used that to build a 6-0 halftime lead. Unfortunately for you Wahpeton fans, they could not hang on. 23-12 was the final. And a good game also by the quarterback, the 6-foot junior for Jamestown, Brady Nenow, who did a nice job rolling to his right and throwing with his left arm. He also did a nice job on the design keepers hiding the football. A lot of times Wahpeton was chasing Bennett and Fry, and it was Nenow who had the football, picking up some critical yardage. Defensively, massive game for Jet Wharton, the senior, number 52 for Jamestown. I mean, he was plugging the A-gap all night long and not letting Peterson win the pad level battle. He was just getting low and taking him out. And Michael Peterson, another guy we got to talk about here, very promising debut. And I like the way he came out of the gates. He, not known as a receiver, not really a scat back like Drayton Mauck was, at least not on the scouting report. First play of the game, he takes a swing pass and almost picks up a first down. Next play of the game, instead of going north-south, he busts it to the outside, and he says, I got a little speed too. So I think we're seeing a much stronger, much faster Michael Peterson this year, and he's ready to lead this backfield. They bottled him up in the third quarter. He didn't let it get to him, and that's what champions do. He came out and delivered a punch in the fourth quarter, helped Wahpeton get down the field on that drive. Not a lot of time left, only one timeout left, and Wahpeton was confident staying on the ground, knowing the clock would keep running, and Peterson rewarding them by ripping off some big gains. So Michael Peterson, a guy to watch too in this Wahpeton backfield. He was the only Wahpeton running back to get a carry tonight. So it's his chariot, and they're going to ride it till the wheels fall off. So 23-12 Jamestown. That is your final tonight. Let's take a look at the schedule the rest of the season here on your Miller Realty postgame show, as we will pull that up, and we'll call this our Otter Tail Power Company Power Poll ranking just because we don't put a whole lot of weight in the preseason rankings. We got all these sports writers and sportscasters across North Dakota voting on who the best teams are in North Dakota high school football. Like we know what a high school roster is going to look like going into a season, which of course is impossible. So KBMW actually doesn't vote in the poll until the final results of week 1. But I digress. Let's take a look at the Wahpeton schedule as part of your Otter Tail Power Poll ranking on for conservation. The loss to Jamestown tonight, a winnable game next week. They will travel to Watford City. We will not have that one as it is in another continent, so we're not going to that. Devil's Lake game on September 12th. We'll try to do what we've done in the past and get the Devil's Lake feed for you on the radio so you'll be able to listen to the Huskies as they play that game about 3 hours and 40 minutes from town. And then they return home on September 19th against Bismarck St. Mary's. Back on the road October 3rd at Grand Forks Central. Little double dip of Grand Forks as they will host Red River on the 10th of October. And then they travel to Kindred, who is now in this class as they have been moved up from 1A after dominating 1A and winning a couple state titles. Kindred on the road October 16th, always tough. And then Fargo South, the team that Wahpeton lambasted at the Bruins house last year. The Bruins are going to try to get revenge here October 24th in the regular season finale at Frank Vertin Field. And all of the home games this year, 6:30 kickoff. Kindred games 7 o'clock. Grand Forks Central 6, Watford City 6. So stay tuned. Typically we're looking at a 7 o'clock kickoff for 95% of the games. This year, only one 7 o'clock kickoff, a couple 6:30s, a couple 6 p.m.s. So stay tuned to KBMWnews.com Facebook. We'll have the sports schedule on our website, KBMWnews.com, and we'll let you know when we're streaming, when we're live, all that good stuff. And that's how Wahpeton's schedule shakes out the rest of the year on the Otter Tail Power Poll rankings. And when they get Jack Gilbertson back at QB, and they can use Trey King at tight end and wide receiver, or vice versa. Jack is a tremendous pass catcher. This offense is going to be a lot more dangerous, and you're going to see a lot more than 12 points in some of these games. I can guarantee you that. Excuse me. Let's take a look now at the Breckenridge scores. That game probably still going on, and Benson has scored some points now. Breckenridge probably putting in their reserves. 55-28. The Breckenridge offense is firing on all cylinders tonight in the fourth quarter. Head over to KBMW News Live YouTube. If you're not already on there, switch from this game to that game. Catch the finale. Go back and watch all 55 points. Turner Blofis was joined on the air tonight by Breckenridge running back legend Steven Erlinson, who will be part of our top 15 Cowboy running backs of the last 20 years. Our first episode of Twin Town Breakdown podcast with myself and Turner Blofis. That will air tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, live on AM 1450. And at noon, the video podcast will premiere. It's 51 minutes long, and it features all kinds of video highlights dating back to 2006 of all these running backs you remember. Peter Nelson, Hunter Feigum, Steven Erlinson, Caden McGow. They're all on this list. David Erlinson, Paul Armitage, other guys, that may have made the list, may not have. We got some honorable mentions in here. You're going to want to tune in noon tomorrow. Twin Town Breakdown, top 15 Cowboy running backs of the past 20 seasons, episode 1 debuts. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. A fun game. Both teams have a long ways to go trying to figure some things out, but a big third quarter from Jamestown where they scored 20 points. That's all she wrote. 23-12 Jamestown. And I'll see if I got a close here for you folks on this broadcast, as I did not have any bumper music on here, so I apologize for that. But next week, we'll make sure we get the bumper music, folks. It's been fun from the newly revamped Frank Vertin Field. Over $1 million turf renovation here. It will be home to the Huskies and the NDSCS Wildcats all season long. Signing off from Earl Skip Butte Alumni Stadium, thank you for listening. I'm Robert Wanick at the Voice of the Valley.
Tonight's Wahpeton football game was brought to you by Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Country Financial Agent Casey Formanek, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Gripper Sports Store, Hike Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Nodak Insurance Agent Carson Zarek, Optimum Rehab, Ottertail Power Company, OSPTI, Quality Toyota, Ready, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm Agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Superior Builders, Titan Machinery, and Twin Town Villa. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. And make sure to catch the Giants Sports Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. Thanks for listening.